And we're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live! Hello all, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream! My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the one and only Ms. Jo Fallak.
Oh, hello.
The handsome and the lovely Mr. Justin Thomas J. And we are here tonight with a brand new series, or one shot, depending on how long tonight takes, called Frightmares, Death House. That's right, tonight we have a kind of a special treat. Jo has given us the opportunity to roleplay a very famous adventure. Isn't that right, Jo?
Yeah, it's published by Wizards of the Coast.
I know that name. What do they do?
It is a D&D module. But we're putting a twist on it tonight. So if you're familiar with the module, there are some surprises in store for you. And in fact, we are not playing D&D exclusively. So these characters are not generated with D&D rules in mind. We're just gonna kind of play a little jazz.
That's right. Tonight, this jazz is going to come in the form of creative minds and you, the community, adding a little bit of tantalizing fun to the experience to be had. So glad you are here with us tonight. It is, of course, an 18-plus show. If you are uncomfortable with no words that we are about to say, or maybe have already said, I don't even know the things I say half the time, then you go ahead and you close the video. But before you do, make sure to like it and subscribe to us on YouTube. When you subscribe, gerbils get freed into the wild, but they get snatched up pretty quick.
So we tried.
So you do you. That's no one's gonna, Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter. We are at INVICTUS Stream. Follow us on Instagram, which is at the INVICTUS Stream. And make sure you join the Facebook group. The Facebook group is the place where all the cool people hang out and just chat and be cool for the most part. But most of the time, people are so fantastic and fun and sharing their stories and ideas there and their own gaming experiences. So please consider joining the Facebook group. When you join the Facebook group, you also earn the chance to win MVP. The MVP for tonight's game is going to be the one and only Mr. Mike Kyle. Mike Kyle. The reason Mike Kyle won tonight is because he was the one who came up with the title of tonight's game. I asked for a sort of what's it called? Not Steadicam. Found footage type TV show for ghost hunters. Hint about what tonight is. And he suggested the title Frightmares, and I thought that was pretty funny and kind of cute. And it, I just randomly picked one. No, I really liked it. So Mike Kyle gets MVP, which is the most valuable post. So you win some XP, my friend, and maybe you can spend it tonight to help us out. Well done.
Congratulations.
Finally, and most importantly, perhaps, a huge thank you and shout out to our Patreon supporters. This month marks the beginning of our next Patreon cycle. Last month, we gave 4 fantastic game note collections to the people supporting us at $5 or higher. So they got Rudy Mesler, they got Blue Rose, they got Spy Story, yeah, and another one. Basilisk, that's right. So 4 sort of sets of campaign notes that you can sort of read over and create your own stories or sort of use and change to do your own thing. So thank you so much to those people who support us. And those who backed us at the $10 level got a sneak peek of a secret video that we filmed on Canada Day, which is 3 days better than today. No, that's right, we should say that. It's also July 4th. Congrats, America.
Happy American Day.
You survived this long. Barely. But you did it. You're doing well. I hope all of our American friends are having a gay old time. Lighting the fireworks. Smoking the flags. Is that what you do? I don't know. What else did you do on July 4th? Oh, look. Justin's got his colors on. And singing very sickly.
Bless him. Bless his heart.
Bless his little heart. Donate to Justin today to save whatever he's suffering from. No, but I hope you have lit the barbecue and cooked some delicious corn and launched those fireworks and gone swimming in the pool and other things that probably are universal to do on a hot summer's day, like offering your throat to the wolf with the red roses. But congrats to America. You did it. Well done so far.
We're proud of you.
Well, for the most part. And finally, that was the only thing I wanted to mention before going back to the thing I cut myself off from continuing to talk about, which was, of course, the Patreon video. That's right. We recorded that on Canada Day, and it's sort of a thank you and a summary of what the videos we're doing. And this month's video is going to be out at the end of this month. I don't know why I mentioned that, because it's a whole month away. But please consider supporting us on Patreon. The link is in the description of this video. It gives us the ability to put more stuff on our podcast, which is going to be happening this week. We're going to be uploading a whole bunch of new episodes of the podcast, so you should be able to get those when they come up fresh, which is something that we were talking about fixing, as well as looking into a lot of other options, some neat ideas coming down the pipe, so stay tuned for those. Finally, I love you all. That's about it. What else you guys got?
Nothing. I'm really excited about tonight's game.
Super excited about tonight's game. Are you going to give us a spooky little tease before we jump into it?
Yeah. Just like every time I DM, I'm going to try to kill you. It's just going to happen.
See, each GM...
That's what RPGs are for.
Well, I mean, see, this is what makes the Invictus stream dynamic so great. My impression of an RPG is to tell a good story. Joe's is to fucking kill you.
I just want to murder you.
Justin, what's your motivation?
Mess with your head. And to exact control over people in a game world in real life that I don't have any control over.
That's like frighteningly true, maybe, for a lot of us.
Very apt for a lot of people. Not me, but you know what? That's probably true. People who are at work and getting yelled at for 10 hours a day by an angry boss go out and then yell at their players. I think those are the most dangerous GMs, like the ones that just want to kill you, They have a lot of issues.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for our intro. Probably one of the shortest 15-minute ones we've done. I think without further ado, we should throw it over to Joe for a tantalizing taste of So, without further ado, take it away, Joe.
I thought you were doing the intro credits.
I thought you wanted me to throw it to you, then do the intro credits. That's what you told me. Would you like me to start with the credits?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let me load up the credits. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Frightmares. Frightmares, Death House.
Just film everything. Just don't stop filming, okay? Whatever you do, don't you dare stop filming.
A poorly lit street on the outskirts of a small town. 3 of 5 streetlights straight up aren't working. The remaining 2 cast amber light into the summer evening. The sidewalks are cracking and crumbling in places, overhung with hedges and shrubs. It's a humid night, and the meager breeze only moving the leaves, encroaching on the road, whispering. A blue van turns onto the street and crawls at a pedestrian speed, its headlights illuminating the cul-de-sac as it slowly approaches. Shadows leap and buck as one of the van's wheels pitches violently into and then out of a pothole. We see a driveway loom out of the darkness, nearly obscured by the tangled greenery that presses in from either side. Beyond, some distance back from the road, the peaked roof and gables of a Victorian-era house can just be seen from the road. No street light, no porch light, no solar patio light illuminates this house at the very end of the cul-de-sac. The van pulls up and parks with one wheel up on the curb. The engine idles. The headlights are still on. Who do we see inside this car?
Dustin, how did you find this place again? Says Mal, the host, as I flip down the front mirror. I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm sort of like fixing my hair. Where did we get this from?
Well, we interviewed a few people. We've been interviewing a few people for a while about, talking to different realtors and stuff. And I heard from one realtor.
But why this house?
Well, it would never sell. This realtor was saying, which is what I was getting to. Yeah, it wouldn't sell, and they think that people don't want to buy it because when they try to sell it, weird things start happening. Yeah, and I thought maybe some weird things would happen when we checked it out.
Weird things like what?
Well, if you guys had been reading the Reddit page that I sent you in the email blast that you asked for.
Yeah.
You would know that this place has been on the market for the last 10 years, ever since the family that lived here moved out. So, just kind of the standard, like, creaky sounds. It's a gorgeous house. She's like...
Are we expecting full ghost penetration, then?
Amanda is like peering out from the back seat of the van in between the driver's seat and the passenger seat, looking up at the dark sky and then over at Mal.
Mal hasn't looked away from the mirror.
I guess we're expecting full ghost penetration. Is that what you call it on the show?
Yeah. At least semi-penetration, I'm thinking. I mean, I think that some weird stuff's going to happen, but, like, really... We are here. It's, what is it, Thursday or Friday?
It's Thursday.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night. We're here. I mean, we had nothing better to do. If weird things don't happen, then we make them happen. But
no. This is going to be a full penetration. I can feel it already. Look, when a place this old has been around for this long, Amanda, the ghosts have basically penetrated through the soil within. What we find is when we do a deep dive, oftentimes, and I sort of look over to Dustin, there's bones in the basement. Dustin, tell her about bones.
Bones in the basement. People thought that was weird. That was in the Reddit post.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like other houses like this. I mean, we've done this for a long time. Bones in the basement, spooks in the attic, I mean, witches, goblins, ghouls. I don't think there's anything we haven't seen.
Okay, so I know that you gave me a list for what to pack in the back of the van, and I put a lot of big, very, very heavy boxes back there. You're welcome.
Thanks.
I just wanted to go over all the equipment with you guys to make sure that I brought everything that you needed. So she goes through her briefcase and pulls out a big clipboard. So what again do we have?
Whoa. Hold on. Is that a clicky pen? Or is that a cap?
Yes. It's a clicky pen.
No. Amanda. Ghost 101. They hate small noises like that. Ditch it. Here, take mine. And Mal reaches into his leather jacket. And he's kind of got like a leather jacket with like a sort of a rock and roll t-shirt underneath. And he pulls into his pocket and he pulls out. Cap pens are the way to go. You don't want to ever try to click a pen around a ghost, kid.
But this is my favorite pen.
You don't need it. And he takes it and he like tosses it at the window, but it's shut. The window's shut and just smashes back and lands on the floor. And he's like, no clicky pens, not in here. Caps only.
You know what?
That's going to be dark in there anyway. We got to make sure that we turn our phones and any devices that we're going to be using onto red filter so it doesn't mess with our night vision.
Yeah.
You packed all the cables and stuff for the camera, Amanda?
I think so. So here's where I, as the narrator, will step in. The year is 2011. It is a hot summer night. We are in Indiana. So 2011 ghost hunting equipment. What do we have? What do we have in this van? I took everything that was like stacked up that's ghost hunting on the side and I put it in the back.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Then we should have the spookometer, right, Dustin?
Yeah, spookometer. Yeah.
And what does that do exactly?
Amanda. And I get out of the van and I walk over to the side and I open the sliding door of the blue van to where Amanda's sitting. Listen, you're a good kid. I know you wanted to help us, and I love having a production assistant. I think Dustin and I both know that this is where it's going to get big. But we need you to trust us. The spookometer is something that it's just tough to understand completely. But Dustin and I know how to use it. Are there batteries in it?
In the spookometer?
Are there batteries in it? Are there batteries in the spookometer?
I brought extra batteries. I don't know if there is any batteries in there.
Are they AAAs?
Double A.
Are they AA? My apologies.
I brought AAA, I brought AA, and I brought Ds.
Double Ds?
No, just a single
Nice.
D battery.
That was a joke, Amanda. We're pretty quick. Dustin and I have been working together for a long time. Best friends since high school. The spookometer has batteries. We're going to be fine. You don't need to know what it does, just that it's there. It's full moon, too. It's going to be good tonight. And Mal turns around and just sort of faces the house.
So, sorry.
While Mal's looking at the house, I turn to Amanda. I just whisper, "It just gauges temperature. It's a glorified thermometer, and it senses how cold things are. And sometimes you get like cold spots, and that might be where you'll see something weird."
Thank you. I'm trying to learn as much about this business as possible, but Mal's kind of a jerk.
And Mal's talking to himself. Penetration, full penetration. This is definitely a full penetration house. I think we're going to have to get some soil readings. Do we have the salometer?
The salometer?
The salometer.
Did you want to look in the back? I think we do. I just brought all the boxes.
All right. You did good, Amanda. You did real good. And he walks past you and sort of goes to the back trunk and opens it up and starts going through a big duffel bag.
Just briefly, what other ghost hunting equipment do you have?
I'm
sure you have some like high-powered camera equipment.
Yeah,
Camera's
we have
been
all.
rolling, I'm sure. Do we film all of this introductory stuff, or that's
No,
all?
not yet. We're gonna have to get the B-roll, and then we're gonna have to get the main stuff like at the bottom of the driveway. But Mal always acts like he's on camera, so like that's why he's just constantly like making flicks and like references quietly, even though there's no one miking him. So yeah, in the bag, Dustin.
Yeah.
Do we have the pictometer?
Hectometer? Did you find the salometer yet?
Yeah, it's in here. And he reaches down, and there's sort of like, it's like a metal cigar tube that clamps open and shut like this. And he's like, yeah, we have the salometer. And then he pulls out like like an olive grabber, which is like you press it and like the little springs come up and grab things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the pictometer. And he puts it next to it. It's like, yeah, I think we have everything we need. Everything I need.
Hold on. Okay. So Dustin goes to the back and he pulls out a really nice looking case, black with like metal lining, and he opens it up, and in some foam there's a camera, a really nice black camcorder with a kind of a arm mic, and he pulls it out and he gets the shoulder strap all ready and says, "Help me out with this, Amanda."
Yep, just a second. That looks very expensive. And
Oh yeah.
does that have infrared on it?
And Mal's picking, and Mal has his back to you, and he's using the pictometer. He's like, no, this doesn't have infrared on it. This is just a pictometer. But I understand why you think it looks so expensive. And he tucks it into his coat and turns around as you're like helping him on this really heavy camera equipment.
Yeah, it's got infrared. That's mostly what I'm going to be using. But we've also got slow motion capture, high fidelity capture. Night vision is basically infrared, but it's slightly different. So we got that as well.
Amazing. Oh, I think these are the mini cameras that we have for our motion detectors. We have some of those. I think we're pretty good.
I'm not so concerned with that, to be honest. It's this stuff I'm really concerned with. And he pulls out a tiny black case from the bigger and opens it up, and there's like 6 vials of this sort of light green liquid.
What is that?
Come here.
Okay. What?
Come closer.
She's She does.
And you're like really close, and he's like, come here. This is ghost juice. We found this. Okay, back away. We found this. You're too close. We found this at one of our spookiest spooks. We were in the basement of the old mental hospital, Whippy Psych. We were in the deepest parts of the tunnel system beneath it, the old steam tunnels. Dripping down a pipe was this green liquid. We bottled it. And these 6 bottles are all that remain of the 7 we bottled. We broke one. We picked them.
Oh, I think I saw that video. Whippy Psych. That's right. That's how I found out about you guys. So impressive. Really good work. Can I just say I'm really happy to be on the team. It's just an honor.
Well, I mean, it's great to have you here, Amanda. Nice to have you out for a gig.
We needed help for a long time, Amanda. We appreciate you coming along, and just hope you're ready for a wild night.
I'm so ready. I brought energy drinks. I brought just a lot of energy drinks.
Did you bring your fear blanket?
I don't have one of those, so I didn't bring that.
Listen, when you enter a spooky place, you need to bring your mental fear blanket. Project all of the energy that you have, positivity. Put it in the form of a visual blanket and drape it over your shoulders.
Okay.
Dustin and I both put our fear blankets on before we enter any spooky location. It's the only thing that keeps us sane sometimes.
Okay, cool. So as the 3 of us finish unloading the van, I presume that we want to get some establishing shots of the location.
Oh yeah, totally. I do have a few more things that I just grab out of the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few things and I pull out this bag, and I'm not hiding it from Mal, but I've kind of got it to the side, and maybe I'm trying to conceal it a little.
Mal just like looks out. He's always looking up.
I walk over to Amanda, and I open it up, and inside there is a Ouija board, a magic 8-ball, and some other little things that are kind of like ghosty.
Nice.
And I say, just in case it's a slow night, you never know.
Cool. This is like occult shit. I should have brought mine. It's like vintage.
Oh yeah? A vintage Ouija board?
Yeah, vintage Ouija board. It's from the 40s. It's really gorgeous.
And Mal's standing at...
I contacted my first spirit on that Ouija board.
Your first...
The first spirit I ever talked to, yeah.
What was it? I mean, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we've talked to lots of spirits, so...
Yeah. I'm just... So,
and Mal's standing at like the bottom of the driveway, and he's like, "Okay, Dustin, I'm thinking low angle here, house behind me, sort of on an upward angle. I'll do the intro. We'll move inside, set up some cameras for the night."
Yeah, sure. You think you got a single take in you?
That's all I have in me. Go.
All right.
So you're standing in front of this very poorly lit quad-story Victorian-era home. It's got gables. It seems like a lot of the windows are boarded up. It's really overgrown. There's a lot of old gardens that seem to be surrounding the home, wild with creepers and dandelions. There's some spray paint vandalizing a couple of the windows. And you do for shot.
We live?
Thumbs up. Do the clap. Don't forget the clap.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, do I do that or do you?
No.
Oh yeah, Amanda, you do it. You can do it.
Throwing off my game.
Better to have someone off camera do it.
It's okay.
Yeah, so
it's
like
okay.
crocodile arms, Amanda, and like that in front of the camera.
All right. And
10 years ago, this house was abandoned by the family. They left it in a bloody scream. 2 kids died inside. Tonight, on Frightmares, me, Dustin, and Amanda go inside to show you exactly what's hiding beneath the floorboards of Death House. I think we got it.
That was good. That was really
That's
good.
all we
dude.
needed.
spooked me right out.
Yeah, well, you know.
Is that really what happened? There was.
Didn't we do an interview earlier today with someone about that?
It was so early.
Yeah. Where's the tape? Play the tape back, will you?
Yeah.
And I walk over to beside Dustin, and he opens the little viewfinder.
Then start it up. It's early morning at a Tim Hortons. No, not a Tim Hortons. It's Indiana. At a Starbucks. And we're sitting at a table by a window. It's a foggy morning. And we're talking to the realtor.
Yeah, and I'm standing there like this, one of these, next to him. And I'm going to do an investigation roll.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I would say, yeah, investigation's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll do that before I start role playing, since
Yes,
it might not
please.
work. 11.
Okay, so here is what happens. So we're all sitting in the Starbucks, and the realtor's enjoying a grande frappe latte mocha extra whip no foam half fat.
Add some more on there, will you?
That sounds like a regular order for us.
Semi-sweet.
Almond milk.
And he's like, well, as far as I remember, I mean, from what I heard from one of my associates, the Durst family was a pretty typical family. They moved in, I think it was in 1991, I believe, and lived there until 2011. So I guess, essentially, I mean, oh no, wait, it wasn't 2011. I'm so sorry. Wait.
It's early.
It's okay. We can cut that. Let me just. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the Durst family is pretty typical. They moved in, as far as I know, in 1991. And then on April 7th, 1999, the whole family disappeared. I know, shocker. And he takes a great big swig of his huge...
Oftentimes, families disappear, but the truth is, when ghosts are in a house, they can often kidnap the family and bring them into the walls. We've seen this firsthand at the Almond estate.
That's one way of looking at it. I mean, I certainly have had a really hard time trying to sell the place. So it's a beautiful Victorian property on Fairmont Drive. It's worth quite a lot of money for the property alone. I don't know. I've been trying to get people to just bulldoze the house. Just buy the property and bulldoze, I say.
But that would be a bad idea. As we know, spirits often possess buildings that have been vacated for a long time. If you were to bury these grounds, it's very possible that the next building built on top would be just as deadly.
Yeah, maybe. That's...
In your expert opinion, how many ghosts do you think currently occupy this homestead? Is it 6 or 7?
Well, if your theory is that the occupants of the house who lived there last are now all ghosts, then the answer would be 4. There's Gregory, the daddy, Elizabeth, who's the mommy, Rosie, and Thomas, who were the little kids. But they, like I said, all disappeared in 1999. And, we came into possession of the house because the mother and father of Elizabeth, aka Mommy, they were just trying to get rid of it. They held on to it for a number of years, just in their daughter's memory. But now they're trying to get rid of it. Closure.
Wow. 4 spirits lost within the walls of the Durst family homestead. Looks like this is a job for Frightmares. In your expert opinion, ma'am, do you think the house is haunted?
I'm sorry. I don't think the house is haunted, and also I am a man, so...
Cut. Sorry, can you say you do think the house is haunted, and then look at the camera and go, oh, because it's going to make a better show. Okay.
Okay.
Action. In your expert opinion, sir, do you think the house is haunted?
Yes.
Good. All right.
Okay,
I think we got everything we need. Thank you very much for answering all of our questions.
Thank you for the coffee. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, no problem. And
our PA will get that for you.
Good luck. Hopefully this helps the house sell.
That's what I'm hoping. Absolutely. Okay, you gentlemen have a really nice day. And whenever you're finished filming, just stop by the real estate office and drop the keys back off.
And the camera cuts.
So, I guess there's, what did you say? Children in the walls?
Yeah, look, Amanda, I know you're new here. The idea is we sort of shoot a lot of different sizzle options, sort of things that are going to sound really cool when we get to the editing process. The actual stories of what matters don't really matters, because the truth is people just want to know that they're spooky. So sometimes I'll say things in the wall, things in the basement, penetration, because they're sizzle words. And then after we'll fix it in editing.
Great. That sounds really great. Perfect. Should we go on inside?
Yeah. Let's get some good B-roll too. And I pick up one of the smaller handheld cameras and like start filming as we're going up. And I'm like getting close-ups of like cracked windows.
Awesome. So as we approach the house, you said it's a full moon, so we're seeing like clouds roll in a little bit over the moon. You're getting some really good footage, super spooky. We come to an entranceway. There's like a wrought iron gate with kind of an archway and a stone portico that lies beyond, and it's just maybe 10 square feet. And then there's double doors that swing on hinges as we open them with the big antique skeleton key that we were given by the real estate agents. It's like already super spooky. Who has an wrought iron portico that leads to their house?
And yeah, so I'll open the front door and do a perception check, I guess.
I mean, you don't really have to do perception checks unless you're specifically looking for like hidden shit.
Okay, then I won't bother.
As we move past these giant oaken doors into the entryway, we see on one of the long walls of a rectangular entryway chamber, there is a coat of arms hanging. It's really kind of at odds with the like kind of dingy carpet that's on the floor, which is probably made of polyester. This coat of arms is a golden windmill on a red field.
Get a shot of that, Dustin. Get a shot.
Yeah, I'm on it. Zooming in.
Nice.
What is it?
It's a coat of arms.
Yeah. Does this have any significance? Could there be something to do with a ghost with this?
Yeah. Good call. Okay, so start tight on that and pull back, and then I'll come into frame. Okay.
A history of the family, or
Yeah. I got this.
okay.
This coat of arms here might look like any other normal coat of arms, but the truth is, with the Durst family, this most likely was one of the murder weapons. Cut. Perfect. Print. Let's do that. It's good.
Beyond this room, again, there are another set, this time of mahogany frame double doors that lead from the foyer. In this room, there is like quite a lot of peeling wallpaper. It's clear that this house has been kind of in disarray for a long time. So,
do you guys where's the thermometer? I mean
spook meter. Spooky meter.
Spookometer.
Amanda,
you got that?
yep.
You back
I have that right here.
Just spin
Keep
around.
Keep that out, and let us know if there's any dips in reality.
Totally.
And, openings to another
Totally.
plane.
Do you guys usually film in complete darkness, or is this being caught on like a?
Oh.
Is this like a night vision camera, or?
I can see everything fine. I don't know. Like, I guess you guys.
Well, the big light on the camera typically offers the light to do it, but we turn it off in here to get the spookometer to work. It's dependent on light.
But also you can use these, and your phone should have one too. And I hand a flashlight over that's got a red translucent cap. You can use that. That's not going to mess with our night vision, and yeah, we will be able to see some things. Why don't we set up the motion sensors? Places like, I mean, what, hallways?
Yeah, hand me one of those infrared cameras, and I pull one of the small cameras that we have. We have 6 of them. They're like sticky corner cameras for B-roll footage, and I walk to the corner of this room and I stick it up high in a corner so that it like shoots back down.
Looking at the coat of arms, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it sort of like monitors this room.
Great. So we do that. Amanda slips a red cover over her camera and sort of shines it at the mahogany double doors leading out from this room. Should we keep going?
Yeah, of course. And I pull out 3 long sort of glow sticks and snap them. And I open the mahogany doors and I toss a few into the room.
Nice. They slowly roll to the edges of the room, revealing a grand spiral staircase that occupies the majority of the southern wall of this room. It's covered in moldy red carpet. There is a fireplace opposite the spiral staircase. Its mantle is covered in family knickknacks. There's a model of a ship, and above the fireplace there is a mounted sword.
Dustin, come in tight on these knickknacks.
Yeah.
And I sort of follow the camera along, and I'm like, these knickknacks were hand carved by the brittle and broken hands of Gregory Durst. Let's do that again, sorry.
Yep.
These knickknacks were hand-carved by the broken and brittle hands of Gregory Durst, the father that disappeared mysteriously from this house 10 years ago. Cut. Remind me to keep my hands open a lot. I think it makes me look bigger.
Yeah, it does. It does for sure.
Yeah? Does it make me look sort of stronger and, like, intimidating?
Yeah, well, with your chest up like that, it's more of a commanding pose.
Yeah?
And it's going to portray that.
Okay. Amanda, next shot, get behind me and just, I want you to put your fingers here and sort of push up my muscle a bit, because I want to be a bit bigger, okay?
Whoa. You guys. The spookometer is going do
Oh, yeah, great. Okay. We're on.
Let's film that. Yeah. Amanda,
Oh my gosh.
Just hold that. Yeah, good.
Oh my gosh. Do you see this? Are you seeing this right now? Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Oh my god, is there a ghost right here standing
and I step
right
in the
beside
frame
me?
and I post it. The spookometer is going off the charts. That means there are spirits in this house for sure. I'm going to try to say something. Spirits, we mean you no harm. We only wish to come and poke around and find out where you penetrate. It's nothing back, but that doesn't mean they're not listening.
So would
And
that be
all
like
of a sudden we hear...
Was that? Do you hear something? I thought I heard something.
Yeah, where'd it come from? I'm going to use perception.
Okay.
1d20s, right?
Yep.
Oh, all right. So I got 16 perception.
Nice. It definitely is not coming from the front door, aka behind us. Coming from somewhere maybe upstairs, or
Upstairs.
it's kind of hard to tell.
Wanted like down the hallway or something, to the right, to the left.
Yeah, you would presume it sounds like it's coming from ahead of you. It's hard to know whether that's upstairs or in a room that you haven't explored yet. I should say that coming off of this room, this grand room with a giant staircase, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors. 4 in the eastern wall and 1 in the western wall.
Where
it
did
sounds
that come
more
from?
like sounds like it's coming from the east.
It does. It sounds like it's
That
coming
way.
from the east.
And I don't know if it's upstairs or down here. So maybe someone go up with the regular cam, and I'll take the big one down here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah.
a man.
You
Maybe a man.
check
maybe
upstairs. I'm
maybe
gonna check down this way.
Maybe a
Let's
man.
get some.
Maybe a man. I'm thinking man. I think Amanda maybe should.
Yeah. No. It's good, but like, let's get some intensity. We just heard the
maybe,
sound.
maybe Amanda should. But maybe I'll stay down here.
Yeah.
And and we'll do some of this.
You want me and Amanda to go up? I've got.
Well, no, because then I'd be here by I think maybe just Amanda should go, or
Okay.
or just you, and then I'll as long as I'm here with someone.
Okay. You and Amanda stay here. I'll go up with the cam. I can handle it myself. Don't worry, Amanda.
Right.
Okay,
right,
but we
right,
gotta
right, right. But
solve.
you have
we
the
gotta
biggest.
solve-
But you got the biggest light.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? All three of us should go up.
Okay.
That's a great idea. Let's do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we got to build some tension here. We got to build some.
Yeah.
excitement.
So, yeah, but let me go in the
So
middle.
maybe like let's pretend that we just heard the noise again.
Okay, let's
and then-
recreate it. Amanda, go knock on the fireplace, and I'll react. Go.
So she does. She walks over to the fireplace and kind of timidly
And what
like
we're also looking.
Hear that?
It sounded like it was coming from upstairs. Let's go. Let's look. I mean, and I start walking up the stairs. And I stop halfway up and I turn around and say, when it comes to ghosts, you have to be clever. You have to think like an undead spirit does. And I continue walking up. We mean you no harm. We want to be friendly.
This is great. This is great. And the three of us start trudging up this mildewy staircase. Our footsteps are muffled by this very old, sullied carpet. The smell of mildew is all around us. The wallpaper is like peeling off the walls in places. There's clearly some light fixtures in here, but you would presume that they do not work. We come to a landing on the second floor, and the staircase actually spirals up, continuing on to a third floor, we would presume, but it's lost in the darkness as our glow sticks and the small lights on our phones and the camera don't really cut through that darkness at all.
All right, well, let's turn on the camera light.
Yeah.
Because they all have like these big bright poof lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we do that, the landing is illuminated. There are 3 sets of doors leading off of this room, as well as another fireplace that occupies the same area as it does on the main floor. On the perimeter of the room, there are 4 taxidermied animals that seem to be kind of halfway rotted away. They have not been well preserved. There is 2 wolves and 2 deer, 2 doe. And like hanks of fur are hanging off and litter the floor around.
Come, Dustin, but don't go too close. It looks like the Durst family must have taxidermied some animals. This is, yeah.
So,
Oftentimes, yeah. Sorry, let me think. Let me get into character.
So there's fur sloughed onto the floor.
Yes. Additionally, above the fireplace, there is a big portrait, a picture that is yellowed and speckled with mildew of the Durst family, one would presume.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's good B-roll. Let's forget the taxidermies for now. Let's just film this and then pull back, and I'll do a reaction shot. Amanda, why don't you get in here with me, because it's dark over here. I mean, because it looks better with 2 people.
Yeah, for sure. I'll just stand here with my hands on my...
Yeah. And I sort of position Amanda like opposite me, and like, okay, when the camera pulls back, we'll spin around and we'll just go with it. Okay, go. And as the camera pulls back, this portrait here is of the Durst family. It's very clear by the mildew on this portrait that it's old. Probably at least 10 years when they went missing. And if you look over here, you'll see 4 taxidermied animals. Spooky stuff. But the knock came from deeper within. Let's keep looking. And from here on out, I think, Dustin, we should keep filming.
All right, keep it rolling.
I'm getting a good feeling from this.
So there are 3 sets of doors on this floor, and the staircase continues up. So there's a east set of doors, and then there's also a single door to the east. There's a set of doors to the west as well. Yeah. Totally. Oh no. You don't really notice anything else apart from the fact that these wooden doors are carved. Some nice fancy curly cues. Okay, you can do an investigation check on that. As you approach them, you smell rancid flesh. Clearly with the humidity that this house has been experiencing, having been boarded up for 8 years, they're not faring well. One of them has a missing eye. Maybe you find the marble on the floor, you kick it.
Interesting.
They otherwise don't seem strange. 2 wolves and 2 does.
Okay.
Oh no, we have a lag and lost voices, according to Chris.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason I turned my mic off. I don't know why. And then the Roll20 crapped out on me, so I don't know, something must have glitched. But it's fine now. My mic's back on. Okay. So Mal is getting nervous. And he smells the taxidermy animals. There's something rancid in the state of Durst, Mark. Cut. You know what, guys? I'm kind of freaking out now. Not freaking out. Sorry, Amanda. Dustin, can we have Amanda, just give us a second. And I pulled Dustin aside.
Totally. She pops the tab on an energy drink and takes it.
I'm like,
Well, what's going on?
Isn't this freaking you out, man? Like, something's off here.
Man, people have been breaking into this house for God knows how long, pretty much probably since the Dursts disappeared. If there's anything wrong with the place, it's that people have messed it up. And, not to mention, there's been animals running around in here, likely. That sound we heard, I'm guessing it was a squirrel, a rat,
Yeah, a squirrel, a rat, right? Yeah.
It could be anything, but we'll keep you cool, man. It's all good.
Know. I'm trying to be, Amanda likes the show. She's pretty cute. I'm trying to kind of be what she sees in the show. Do you think she's liking it? I don't know.
Yeah, totally. She's totally into it, man.
Should I keep the voice? It's a bit, it's lower than my regular octave. Should I just keep doing it? Do you think she's...
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I want to get to filming. I want to put together a really good story. So, the better job acting and hosting you do,
right?
The more impressed she's gonna be, and the happier I'm gonna be. So let's get some good footage.
Just between you and me, I'm scared. So but I can do it.
Yeah.
But I'm scared. So we'll figure it out. And just let me know what you need, and then we'll work from there. Also, let me know if I'm laying on too thick. I thought I overheard her say something like I was a jerk. So.
No. She's just kind of playfully. I think it's I think maybe we should try to focus. Maybe if we do a different angle, try to find out what happened to the Durst family. You're saying you're going into a lot of explanations of things, and that's cool. You're doing a really good job, man. But I think maybe if we try to play up the mystery, and maybe we'll find some clues. I mean, I'm sure the cops went through here, but maybe try to go from an angle of oh, this is a clue. Oh, what does this mean in relation to why they disappeared?
Yeah, and Amanda will like that more too.
It'll be kind of intriguing for Amanda, for the entire audience,
Yeah.
and award judges too.
Okay,
Hopefully.
but I'm gonna keep my scare down. So if I act extra brash, I'm really scared.
Well, okay. Well, roll with it. That's good. This is like human emotion. We want to get that fear. So like,
Pump it
if
up,
you
pump it up,
express
yeah.
that fear, if you let it happen, that's
let
cool
it
too,
happen.
man.
Just
Like
let
that's
it
gonna
happen.
be
Just let it go.
awesome on camera.
Yeah, be me. Gotcha. All right, we're gonna go through one of these 3 doors for you, Amanda. I don't know about you, but I'm not scared. Let's kick one of these fuckers open. And Mal walks up and kicks open the northeast door.
There's a compass rose.
The east door. My apologies. The east door.
Yes. So we kick open the northeast door and we uncover what looks to be a study or a library. There's a shelf that occupies a desk that occupies the center of the room. There's another fireplace. This family loves fireplaces.
Apparently.
There's a couple of like overstuffed lazy boys. There are a number of different shelves of books. Again, everything is just caked with dust.
And I walk over very like in character to like the desk, and I sort of look at it. Everything is very like over exaggerated.
I noticed.
On this with Mal's character, not IRL. And he like points down and like beckons Dustin over and says, "It's most likely that something that might tell us what happened to the Durst family exists in this here desk. I'm gonna take a look. Why don't you walk Amanda around and take a look at what else is in the room?"
Yeah.
And I'm going to, off camera, do a investigation or a perception onto the desk. Wow, I'm rolling like fuck. 10.
There's like an old school typewriter on top of the desk. There's a bunch of there's a pad of paper that's not been written on. There are a bunch of ballpoint pens that are definitely dry. And in one of the desk drawers, there's a box of ammo.
Nice. Is it shotgun ammo?
How familiar are you with ammunition?
IRL or with Mal? No, he's pretty
Mal.
familiar. I'm joking. He's very familiar.
They probably belong to some kind of hunting rifle.
Oh, sweet. I take it. I take the ammo, scoop it into my pockets.
Cool.
Actually, I put it into this pocket, Evil Dead style.
Nice. Do you tell anyone about it? You're not carrying it like a handy cam or anything?
I have a camera, yeah, but like it's one of these, and I film it and I put it in my pocket. Cool. There's nothing to read on the desk? No, like documents or anything?
No.
Okay.
It's so weird.
That's fine. I will walk over to the. You said there was like a bunch of desks or bookshelves.
So one entire wall is just outlined with a bookshelf that spans the whole wall, and then there's actually another bookshelf that sort of juts out a couple of feet away from that to form kind of an alcove. It's like a library.
Is this like a big desk?
Yeah, it's like not like an executive's desk, but it's bigger than like a writing desk.
I'm gonna get on my hands and knees and crawl under it to see if there's anything stuck on the underside, to see if there's any odd-shaped drawers. I'm basically gonna do a manual perception, or I can roll perception because
I'm totally disgustingly covered in cobwebs.
Okay. Is there any, like, basically, in character, Mal thinks that there's some sort of secret here, so he's opening all the drawers, like feeling them, measuring
checking
them
for false bottoms and all that stuff. Great intuition. Nothing. You find absolutely nothing.
Well, then it's not really a great intuition.
Well,
Another desk. Every desk.
Yeah. As Mal is investigating the desks, we have Dustin and Amanda, who are looking at the titles of the books on the shelves. And Amanda's like wiping her sweater sleeve over the spines of the books, coughing as clouds of dust come up. And some of the books are just kind of falling apart It's like, wow, these people really liked Stephen King. I mean, he's good, but he's kind of played out, don't you think?
I think he's still got some juice left in him. I mean, he's kind of hit and miss, but when he hits, man, he hits well. He hits hard. He hits well.
Why don't you make a perception check, Dustin?
Yeah, I will do that, because I've read a lot of Stephen King in my day. So, but hey, I only rolled an 8, so...
Bummer. So we kind of do a little back and forth across this library, looking at books and sort of doing a little monologue about Stephen King. Mal, you come up with the bullets and otherwise empty-handed.
Yeah, and like Mal pops up again, being so distracted by sort of his actual scared state. He like pops up almost out of character towards Dustin, and he's like, "Hey, Dustin, do you think maybe this is... Hey, Dustin, do you think that there's something else in this room that we're missing?"
Yeah, there's gotta be. There's a whole bunch of books on the wall. There's a desk.
And I walk over to the
carpets.
books, and I start like, "Oh, film me."
Yeah.
Oftentimes, in large Victorian mansions like this, they would hide a secret room behind a bookshelf. All you needed to do is find the right book. I start pulling all the books down the shelf.
Nice.
Like for a whole row.
Yeah. You make a huge mess and a lot of noise. And it looks really good on camera because there's like big puff of dust that like kicks up everywhere. And then you hit the right book. There's a red covered leather book that you pull, and you hear a grinding noise in the wall.
So I stop. Did I just do something? And I step back, like almost like recoiling, like, God, did something happen?
Doors open. Look.
At the very end of the row of books, sort of the one that's like sandwiched in between the other shelf that's apart from the wall, the bookshelf that's against the southern wall swings open, and it's open about a half a foot, and it's just blackness beyond there, and you feel a cold breeze. It's kind of disturbingly refreshing after the humidity of the rest of the house, this chilly breeze.
And I'm just like against the other bookshelf, like.
Amanda's like trying to shine her iPhone light in, but it's like such a weak little red light.
Let's just go to the middle, and I head out to like the hallway, and I like pull both of them by the arms to outside the study, and I like bring them in, like, okay, out of character. That shouldn't exist. That's not good, guys. Amanda, I know. I think we're over our heads, guys. Amanda, I'm going to level with you. Justin, I think we got to tell her. A lot of what we do is sort of...
Justin.
That's what I said. I think a lot of what we do is sort of fictionalized. Like, do you remember the Whippy Psych video? Remember how those candles went out?
Of course.
Yeah, we just blew those out. Do you remember the video where that doll's head, they were hanging from the ceiling when we walked into the barn?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we strung all those up. But this something feels wrong. I definitely heard a knock earlier, and that's definitely a secret door behind the bookshelf.
But it's like you said, Mal, there's lots of secret doors in these old Victorian houses.
I didn't think there would be, though.
That doesn't mean that there's a creepy explanation.
Okay. And Mal sort of backs up towards the like top of the stairs a little bit. He's like, okay. Are you telling me that neither of you feel like something's a little fucky?
Roll perception check.
That's a fucking... Me roll perception?
Either of you.
Okay. 21.
Ooh.
Oh, you want me to do as well?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see who notices what.
Only a 9.
Mal, as you are casting around kind of frantically on this landing, you having examined those taxidermied creatures swear that that wolf that is standing was sitting last time.
I swear that that wolf was sitting last time.
This wolf?
That wolf was sitting. And I pull up my camera, like shaking, and I turn around the viewfinder, and I press play on, and I like rewind, and I play it, and it shows the footage coming up.
Oh yeah. Totally sitting.
Holy shit. I zoom in on the wolf.
This is the wolf spirit.
And I start backing down the stairs. Yeah, it's a wolf spirit. And I head down to the main hallway.
What should we do, Amanda?
This is amazing. What an opportunity we have. Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
And she gets out her backpack and she starts unpacking candles. And she's got candles and she's laying them out on the ground all around the wolf.
What are you doing right now, Amanda?
I'm gonna commune with the spirit.
And as from downstairs, I'm like, that is a bad idea! And I'm going over to the fireplace to grab that sword.
Okay. You managed to pull it off the wall. It's in pretty decent condition. The blade was well cared for at one point. It's kind of rusty in a few places, but it seems pretty fucking sharp.
And I pull it down and like...
It's in a scabbard.
And I'm like... I like drag it across the floor. It's really heavy for me. And I look towards the front door. Is it still open?
The front door?
Yeah.
So there are a couple of doors that lead out of this main room that you're in. We'll call it the staircase room, which is sort of an entry hall. You're on the first floor. There's a double door that leads out into the room with the coat of arms. Those doors are open. You cannot see beyond those doors.
Oh, okay. So I drag the sword across that area, and I go to the front door, and I try to open it.
It almost seems reluctant to open, like you're worried that it's stuck at first, but you're able to open it up into the night. You breathe night air, fresh air, non-mildewy.
And I leave it open for a second, and I turn back, and I yell, Dustin! Amanda!
You hear us upstairs kind of like laughing and chatting a little bit. So basically what I do is I just, I lay out the candles and then I put down some incense and I burn some sage and I bring out my crystals and then basically I just like take some deep breaths and then I let my thoughts come out of one of my like regions. My I have like a I have like consciousness regions, and then I just commune, and it's really something.
Wow!
I'm so excited.
That's great, Amanda. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause the tape for a second. So that was fantastic. That was really good. Next time when you explain something spiritual that you're doing, if you could give it like an edge of I guess fear, like just an edge of tension.
Oh, right.
Kind of like oh wow, this is so amazing, which is cool. But like for the tension, I can edit it up and cut it up.
You know what? I totally forget that we're on like a spooky show. It's just I love this so much. This is totally in my bag. So I'm just like so happy to be here. Mal, come up here.
And as you're talking, you hear. And I'm out in the van, like honking the horn, looking like the car passenger door is open, straight to the front doorway, which is open. I'm just like in the car, like laying on the horn.
And your phone rings.
Mal Crowley.
Mal, what are you doing? Like, get back in here. We're fine. Both Amanda and I are okay.
Dustin, something is wrong with that house. You need to leave.
Mal.
Listen, I didn't tell you this, because I didn't think it was relevant to the show. But the reason I was always interested in spooky things is because when I was a kid, I saw some spooky things. I don't think I want to believe, but I also think that maybe these things hunt me. I think they look for me. I swear I saw a ghost when I was a little boy. You have to get out of there. I got a bad feeling about this.
Mal, come on back in. Everything's going to be fine. You've got a sword. You've got a flippin' sword. And listen.
How do you know I have a sword?
You went down the stairs and you grabbed it from above
You
the
hear
fire.
from the background, we watched you on the motion detector camera!
Yeah, that too. Listen, dude, we've been making movies for a long time, since high school, right? And we started getting into this ghost thing thinking it was kind of bogus. And now, I'm not saying that these are ghosts, but weird shit is happening, and we are in a position to get the footage and make some ripples. I think that if shit keeps going down tonight, we're gonna make more than ripples with this release, and this might be our ticket to bigger budgets, better movies, and there should be a third thing there, because that would be the most
money?
dramatic for me to speak. Well, I mean, money. That's bigger budgets.
Money.
Fame too. So, Mal, grab your sword. Did you bring your gun? Will it make
Did
you feel
Amanda
safer?
pack my gun?
She probably did. Look in the back. See if it's there.
And walks over.
But come back in. We need you. We need
I got my
our
gun.
host. We need Mal, the Frightmare champion.
Fine. But I'm doing this my way. Boop. And I drive up the... Sorry.
What kind of a gun is Mal packing? You have a pistol, or what's your arms?
It is a... Oh my god. A Colt. No. What the fuck is my gun that I really like?
Glock?
No. What the fuck is the one? The 1911. The 1911. 45.
What's that?
It's a 45... 45 round.
Revolver?
Yeah, it's a pistol, sorry. An
Great.
automatic pistol. Semi-automatic
Okay, so what does Mal do?
So he turns on the car.
The car turns into a weasel.
And he drives up the lawn with the headlights on, driving towards the front door so that the light is shining into the front hallway.
Nice.
And he leaves the keys in the ignition, and he leaves the door open, and he walks out and he looks around. And he takes his 1911 and he loads it, and he walks in the front hall and he puts it in his back pocket, and he takes his sword too, and he drags it to the front hall, and he comes into the main living room and he calls out, he's like, I'm in, and I want to be rich.
Come upstairs. Okay,
You
Amanda,
don't have to
how's it
say
going?
it so ominously.
Good, I think I'm just about to start the seance.
Start what? Why are you seancing?
Was that good? Did I do it spooky?
No, that's too spooky. Hold on.
Wait.
Why seancing? We just need to poke around a bit.
It's what we
Okay.
do. No, it's what we do. We do seances and places. I mean,
Maybe we should do a seance by the front door. Cut for a second. I don't want them to hear this.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Fine. But why seance? These animals moved.
This is your show. I'm not going to impose, but you seem more interested in leaving, so I was going to take over the investigation.
Oh, man. Don't start. Maybe we should check out that open secret room.
Great. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go back there. I can cut it up so that it looks like we went in right after, and we can forget about this entire
Fine.
thing.
At least this time I have my gun. So I walk back in, and I kind of like scooch to the open door, and then I'm like, okay, press record.
Amazing.
Just as I knew, the door was hidden, and I pull out 3 long glow sticks and crack them and toss them into the dark alcove of the door. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what's behind door number 1. And I slowly push it open in like the most scared way possible.
And you hear like,
That's totally normal for an old house to creak.
as the section of the bookshelf reveals itself to be a door, and you throw the glow sticks in. What color are these glow sticks? Are they red?
Green. Oh,
Green.
red sounds nice. I'm a red boy. Let's do red.
We're doing red lighting everywhere else. I figure we may as well stay with the theme, right?
Red!
So the red glow sticks bounce around on the floor, revealing that this room has also a lot of bookshelves. It's a pretty small room.
Secret room.
It's maybe 10 feet by 5 feet. And apart from many other shelves with books on them, there is a chest at the far end of the room.
Okay. And I enter the room and I say, it's very possible that the Durses hid here to alleviate suspicion about where they might have disappeared to. Who knows? Maybe the Durst family is still here. And I take my sword and I reach over to the chest.
You just poke it.
I just poke it.
It doesn't do anything. It is not a mimic. Congratulations.
What's a mimic?
Nothing.
And
What
I
kind
put
of
over.
books are on the wall.
Yeah, and I want to just like rudely like brush through everything with my sword, like push them all off. And
You like use the tip of your sword to like
Yeah.
take the books off the shelves. You're the worst kind of person.
I'm pretty much terrible.
Yeah, Mal is. He's a good guy. You notice as you are rudely upending this library, this secret library, that these books are different than the ones that you had rudely upended in the first library.
A lot of rude upending.
Yeah, they are thicker. Usually, they seem to be bound in dark leather. They're more well preserved than the others. Some of them have gemstones pressed into the cover.
Whoa, Mal.
What?
I just want to take a look at one of these. Amanda, can you look? I'll tape it.
Take a look, and I'm just like in the corner, like stabbing one of the books.
Why? You all right, Mal?
You've been to Mal's house, like he's like a fucking slob, like you were, like he's just, you came into his apartment one day and he's just like throwing raw eggs at the wall. Pop. He's just like, hey dude, what's up? So like he's like stabbing a book.
All
Amazing.
right.
So
Check out one of these books. These are different. These are Stephen King.
yeah, no, these are not Stephen King.
Well, they could be.
She's turning over this large book in her hands, and she says, "This one, I can hardly read the writing." She's kind of mussing with the cover. It says it's Church of Starry Wisdom. I've never heard of this book before.
Churchy Star. Wait a minute. Can I roll an intelligence check on that?
Yeah.
Or investigation, or what would it be?
You can roll a history.
History, it will be. And it's 8.
You never heard of this before.
I've never heard of this before.
Google.
Yeah, you can Google it if you want. I want to rely as little as possible on actual in-game internet, but we can totally pull that out if you want.
All right. I'll pull out my phone with my left hand and Google it. And what do I find?
It comes up as like some weird culty book that has to maybe do with it's the occult.
Oh.
The
All right.
occult.
What, 5 stars, 4 stars. What are the Amazon reviews?
What's the Goodreads review?
Goodreads.
You don't see a Goodreads review or an
Great
Amazon
book.
review.
Turned me into a newt.
This is like a Wikipedia entry more so than... No, it's not even a Wikipedia entry. It's like a back page article on another page. Like, you had to use your Google Foo to get this book.
It's an Angel Fire website.
It's not even like the book title. You're just learning a little bit about this cult.
Right.
Like, you can't buy this book.
And what do I learn about the cult? What's the...
It just talks about how it's a cult that used to be practiced in America and England a couple hundred years ago. Largely, not practiced today.
Are all the books like this? I flip open one by my feet with my sword and read the title.
You see, like, Priests of Eusebius is like a title that you find.
And I stab it. And I turn to Amanda. What's Amanda doing?
Amanda's just staring at this chest.
And I walk up next to her and I say, and I hit it with my sword.
Wow.
And I say, what do you think's in it?
I don't know. Probably some, like, really spooky, awesome shit.
It's probably stupid.
Mal, what's gotten into you?
What do you mean what's gotten into me? This is a secret room in an abandoned haunted house. I told you. I don't believe in this stuff.
I know. Okay, well, I mean, Dustin, do you want me to open it, or...?
I'll open it. And I bend down and I open it.
You open it. So it's so funny because I'm like revamping all the D&D shit. So I'm like, spell scrolls, nope. Healing potion, nope.
Aww. Can't
There's
it just
a
be like a
letter.
Gatorade?
There's a letter. There's a lot of paperwork. There's a couple of sheafs of paper. If you examine them, which I presume you do, you have some wills for both Elizabeth and Gregory.
I picked them up.
Some deeds. The deed to this house. The deed to another 2 properties in Indiana. You find what you would presume are some household valuables. There's some necklaces and shit. Sparkly things. There's like an old disintegrating leather wallet that is full of money that is falling apart.
We take the money?
Read the will.
Yeah.
Read the will.
Okay. All right. Let me get in the... In this secret room, there was a chest inside documents pertaining to the Dunst family. Durst family. We'll get that in post. This is the will of the youngest son. And I read it out loud.
Well, the wills are for Elizabeth and
Gregory.
what's his name? Gregory.
This
Who
is for
are the mother and
parents.
father.
My apologies.
And it bequeaths everything they own to their 2 children in the
This
event
will
of their death.
bequeaths everything they own to their 2 children in the event of their death. Useful information, for sure. And I pull out the deeds and I say, this deed is for the house we're currently in, but this deed is for another property. What's the address of said property?
We'll say it is,
130 Fletcher Avenue.
yeah. Sure.
Here is the address for the other property.
It's in some other town in Indiana. Different town.
A different town, a different place, another spook to investigate. Cut. All right, can we leave
really
now?
good, Mel.
We got it. Look, we investigated. We found the wills. I think that's all we really need.
Come
right?
on.
What do you mean, come on, Amanda?
This is like the most fun I've had in a long time.
Well, I mean, this is...
How long have we been? How long have we been here? An hour? Hour and a half?
Yeah, it's been about an hour. Do you guys want an energy bar? I have a Cliff Bar, a Luna Bar.
Yes.
Do you guys want a Luna Bar?
I will take a Cliff
Yeah.
Bar.
What is a
Do you guys
Luna
want
bar?
some Gatorade? It's like a Cliff Bar, but it's for ladies.
I'll try one.
Yeah, totally.
Why is it for ladies?
Because it's got like all like the female macronutrients and micronutrients that you could ever need, and like has like B12, which is like really good for your skin or something.
That's women though.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
women.
Okay. B12.
And,
I should stay away from B12.
I'm going to take a look at it one last time all over the floor on all the books and see if anything jumps out at me. Anything particularly interesting.
Apart from
12.
understanding that these are books that reference the occult, you find nothing. Oh, except what's this? There's a letter inside one of the books.
And you made fun of me for going. I bend down and get the letter.
It reads. Actually, I will put it in our chat so that you can read it yourself.
Oh, fantastical! Hey guys, I found this.
Oh.
My most
Okay.
pathetic. Oh, okay. We'll do this in character. A letter that fell out of the books that I cleverly knocked down off the shelf. My most pathetic servants. I am not a Messiah sent to you by the power of the God of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled, however many visitors you have exhausted, know that you are not the ones who have seen me brought to glory. You must seek humility, as you are but one instance of a hope for this world. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent, you abandon love for madness. I prefer you thusly and faithful, your lord and master, Antoine de Foix. And we're going to stop there for the mid-game post! Ladies and gentlemen, it is time where we stop the action and we jump over to the Discord server to ask you all a number of questions about tonight's game. But before we get to that, please, if you're watching this, like the video. There are at least 19 people watching and only 14 likes. We've had a high of 22 people watching and still only 14 likes. So please, go out there and clicky, 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 and ask your granny to clicky, clicky, clicky as well. And ask your granddad to clicky, clicky, clicky. And if your dogs go to YouTube, clicky, clicky.
Speaking of, did you watch that Paul McCartney and James Corden video?
No, everyone was talking about it. Isn't it good?
I like it. I
don't
it
like
had some
that
feels
James
in it.
Corden gentleman. He
don't like
rubs me.
him?
He rubs me the wrong way. I find him very. He's very likable.
Yeah, that's why I like him.
Yeah, that's why most people do. It's why he's a talk show host. Anyway, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mid-game post. This is where we stop the action. We jump over to the Facebook group and we ask you a question. Not the Facebook group, I should say the Discord. First and foremost, great job so far, Joe. Fantastic game. A lot of fun.
Thank you. You're doing great.
Well,
I'm gonna go turn on some lights, I think. It's really dark and spooky. Actually, is this okay?
Yeah.
That looks great. The lighting's fantastic. Yeah.
My
The
face
lighting
is very
is
shiny.
fantastic.
It's really hot in here.
Yeah, you don't have AC.
You need to get like light control.
Definitely like 30 degrees in here.
Aww.
Oh, this looks good.
So the question is,
So,
what was the name of the first book that Dustin picked up in the secret corridor?
just
Great
happened a moment ago.
50 Shades of Grey.
That's right.
I'm really having a tough time trying to play this as a real person because I would be so out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
I'd be like, nope, done.
I think as a real person, this is your job. Like, you've been in a lot of spooky houses before. You know that this is how you make your money.
Yeah, but Mal's like a literal coward. Like he only does it when he can control it, and the minute that something is out of his control, it scares him very, very much. It's sort of like people who are afraid of heights working at heights,
Working at heights.
which they do.
Yeah,
They
they
say
do.
working at heights.
Welcome to Heights.
Can I take your order?
Take the elevator.
I'm really excited about all the different ghost hunting equipment that we are working with.
Oh yes.
The spookometer, the
The
pictometer.
pictometer is my favorite. That's like a little grabby.
Use
it's
the
just-
pictometer.
The pictometer is the most expensive one. Okay.
Yeah, it was more
And-
expensive than the camera actually.
Yeah, definitely pictometer. It's just so sexy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's only half the equipment. There's also the boogometer.
So the solometer.
There's also the boogometer, which we haven't even pulled out of the bag yet. The boogometer.
Oh, what does that do?
It's like typical fashion. It's a gun, as all things are, and it's got a little like sound, a speaker on the bottom of it.
Oh, it
and
makes sounds,
it.
but it's a gun.
Yeah, you turn it and it changes the sounds that it makes, and there's one sound that goes boo, but it like reflects sound off the walls.
Nice. So it's a sound gun.
It's a sound gun.
Gun sound, which is very different.
It's very similar.
It's just bang.
But opposite.
All it does.
Spoogometer.
In the shape of a gun, and it makes the sound of a gun, and it's a gun.
Boogometer.
Guys, I think this will definitely be 2 episodes for sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I made it that way because I wrote part 1 in the credits.
Next week. Am I working next week? I don't think so. Next
No,
week
you're
we
not.
will be probably doing this again.
And then the week
Because
after,
why the hell not?
we're going to be doing Basilisk part 2.
That's fun. I heard that was a really good show.
It was a lot of fun. People were like messaging me, hey Justin?
About what?
Basilisk. They're like, when's Basilisk coming back? I
Oh,
was
wow,
like,
really? Oh,
yeah.
cool.
One person commented on the video too and was like, hey, are you guys running Basilisk this week? And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, I was really interested in what's going to happen next. I
Aw,
was
that's so cute.
like, you'll find out. I know. Lots of options.
Okay, well, I'll have to write that.
You already have it.
Figured out, yeah.
Yeah, Dave Williams said, are you playing Basilisk again Wednesday? He said, I was really getting into the story. Can't wait. Love your guys' videos and streams.
Aw,
So sweet.
that's so cute.
So cute. All right, so we have a few right answers. We have Jeff M. with the Church of Starry Wisdom, Michael and Brianna with the Church of Starry Wisdom, and then Langdon with the Church of Starry Wisdom. Although I think Langdon copied the other two because he answered after everyone else and first answered Anna Green Gables. You're a very naughty boy, Langdon. Oh, that's okay. What?
Nothing. It's good.
What's wrong with that? You're a very naughty boy. So 1d6 halved.
Yeah. Right? Jeff, Michael, and Brianna.
It is a 1, so that looks like Jeff. Was Jeff the first one?
Nicely done,
Yes.
Jeff.
Well done, Hefe. Justin's gone. Can you tell me how to navigate the House of Horrors without dying?
Yep. I think you just have to murder yourself. Pretty much.
All right.
Right?
What was that?
I think
It's
that's
like-
how you navigate without getting killed, is that you have to kill yourself.
That's what I hear, and frankly, it's sort of my modus operandi. So I'm used to it.
Maybe if you solve all the mysteries, then you'll get
All
out
the
alive.
mysteries? Interesting.
We have a chance to die?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you're 7 times likelier to kill yourself than someone else killing you, unless I kill him first.
Okay, well, we can do
Well,
like
you're the one with the gun.
pact.
Yeah, suicide, murder-suicide pact.
A murder, a homicide pact.
Homicide pact. I like that. That's good. Not that I actually like it, but you know what I mean.
No, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing.
Well, homicide pact.
I mean, it's all relative.
Let's commit murders.
Here it is. I found it. There is one person who is 7 times more likely to kill you compared to everyone else. Yourself. And then the comment is, not if I kill him first.
That's good.
All right. We ready to go back to this?
Yeah, shall
Totally
we?
unrelated. I just want to say one more thing. This just made me chuckle.
Go for it.
Helen Holman posted a picture of a toy, and it's the Never-Ending Story, and it's called the Swamp of Sadness playlist, and it's Atreyu's horse. The toy is Atreyu's horse sinking in the mud.
Oh, no.
Artax the horse and sadness included. It's like the saddest part of the movie. Someone made a toy about it.
Atreyu, no.
Oh my god, Steve Thompson just posted a picture of Harlan doing a face alongside Ben Stiller doing Blue Steel, and it's
Yeah, doing one of these.
amazing.
Is it on Discord?
No, it's on the discussion on the Facebook group.
How does he
and
look?
it's so fucking good.
I was thinking about Fred Durst too while we've been writing this.
Fred Durst? Yeah, I kept thinking that for Durst, too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this has been the shortest mid-game post ever.
Got lots of game to do.
Then we return to Frightmares' Death House.
That really doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's kind of creepy. You're cursed?
I think it's maybe just a guy who was really pissed off at his serving staff or something. I don't know. It said something like, to my most pathetic servants. So I assume it's probably just like,
I mean, in a house this big, they probably had staff.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Probably.
How old is that? That's a handwritten letter. That's not computer printed. Right?
It's printed on a Commodore 64.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. So that dates it a little bit. No
Is it
date
typed out on a
is there date on it?
typewriter or handwritten? That's a good question, actually.
It is handwritten, and there is no date on it.
Well, I mean, I think we found some really interesting stuff in here. We got some really great footage, books all over the floor. I think that we should just keep exploring. Like we've been here for an hour and a half. We haven't run into any trouble, really.
I would love to see some like ghost orbs, some like really solid orbs in here. If we could just get like a couple of orbs floating past the camera, that would just seal it for me.
We got like a poltergeist sort of thing. We have to get a poltergeist. It will be my first official poltergeist.
What do you say, Mal? Can you? We can't do the show without you, right? You're like, you are
I'm not giving up.
Mr. Frightmares.
Listen, I'm not done. I'm just saying, we'd be smart about this. I mean, I parked the car up front. The lights are on. I feel a bit safer. I got 911 dialed into my phone, ready to dial at any point should we need to. Okay, fine. We'll take a little bit longer look around. But the minute things get fucky, I say we GTFE.
Sure. And I mean, like, I have to get up early in the morning because I have to, like, run a lot of errands for you guys. So we can't be up too late. Yeah, like maybe like 2 more hours max.
Well, typically we try to spend the night in places like this.
Oh, really? That's so cool. I'm so down. I did not bring my makeup remover, but that's okay.
I'm just saying that was like one of the things we typically do. I don't think we should do it in this location, but we do have sleeping bags in the truck if we need to.
That's fine. I am down. I'm so ready to be part of the team,
All right.
Well, we're at about 60% battery life, so let's try to get some more juice on this battery, and or let's get some more footage while we've got the battery life.
Yep.
All right, and we head back out to the hallway.
We're all crowded in this secret library. So we make our way back out to the hallway with the taxidermied creatures.
Yeah. Are they still there?
Yeah, the candles are all laid out the way that Amanda laid them around the feet of this wolf.
All right. Wait, what? Sorry? They're all around what?
The candles, the way that Amanda laid them out, they're all kind of just laid around.
They're not lit or anything, are they?
No, she was just sort of getting ready.
Good.
So there is another door that's right at the top of the staircase that we had just come upstairs, so coming upstairs to the second floor, at the very top of the staircase, there's a door.
Oh, yeah.
And then there are another set of double doors opposite the ones that we just exited from.
Let's do the opposite ones first.
Yeah. So there's a room opposite the study, if you like, on the second floor. And I will reveal, for anyone who's not aware, we are using Roll20 just for ease of narration. So we come to sort of like a conservatory / family room. There's a grand piano in the northwest corner. There's an old TV against one wall, some big overstuffed couches. There's a coffee table with the remnants of a half-made jigsaw puzzle just totally obscured with dust. There's another fireplace. It's on the south wall that has a model of an airplane on it. And there's kind of some like kid clutter around. It's like a soccer ball in one corner.
All right, guys. I gotta drop character. Look, let's just keep filming. Let's just film it all. But I can't keep doing this thing. Maybe this is the episode where we finally drop my persona, Dustin. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, you've obviously been pretty spooked. We do have some footage of kind of the transition, so...
All right, film me. Ladies
All right.
and gentlemen, you know me, Mal, longtime friend. But I'm going to be real with you guys right now. I'm spooked. Oftentimes, when we've gone into some places in the past, yeah, we played up a bit of the spooks to try to get better ratings. But the truth is, since we've entered this place, it's been pretty spooky. So from here on out, I'm just going to let you know my real thoughts. And something about this room really scares me. Why is only half a puzzle finished? How quickly did they leave this place?
I don't know. I think maybe didn't we talk to someone earlier today that like they knew the family?
Oh. Yeah, you're right. When we interviewed that neighbor. Get that footage up.
Yeah, okay, 1 second.
Put your Schweppies away.
Yeah. 1 second.
You and your Schweppies!
Schweppes. Wow,
You're putting your Schweppies everywhere!
I would have got Canada Dry because I know you don't like it. Okay.
I just hate the name.
Okay, here we go. And I hit play. And
I'm standing at the guy's porch. Mal here, Frightmares. Here we are with the neighbor, asking him the real on the Durst household. So, sir, tell us what you know about the fan.
Well, yeah, I remember the Durst family, you know, Gregory and Elizabeth, you know, the two little ones used to come around. Rosie, she was actually, I guess, about the same age as Leah, my daughter. Yeah, pretty nice family overall. Just terrible that they disappeared the way that they did. You know, good people.
What do you mean by the way they did?
Why don't you roll a persuasion or...
Totally. Natural 20.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
Well, you know, it's funny because yeah, I knew Gregory pretty well. He was an architect, you know, and I myself, I was a plumber, so, you know, we talked houses sometimes and, you know, made jokes about that sort of thing. But, he started talking about some funny stuff, the years, I guess, leading up to when they left, you know, some crazy stuff about the government and chemicals and how, you know, his TV was talking to him, and, you know, I just thought he was pulling a joke on me, but, yeah, it's too bad.
You say Gregory was an architect?
Yeah, Gregor was an architect, and Elizabeth, what'd she do now? Believe she was a part-time librarian, and then looked after the kids, of course. Real sweet family. Oh, and she, of course, treasurer for the town's gardening club. How could I forget? My wife and her were real close. So,
And what was the boy's name?
the little boy, Thomas Durst. Yeah, real well-behaved child. I remember he used to play kickball down at the end of the cul-de-sac just down there, you know. Yeah, it was sad. They were talking a little bit about packing for vacation, you know, leading up in the months leading up to their disappearance. But I tell you, I didn't see them getting anything in the car the day they disappeared. And from what I remember from the police report, nothing seemed like it had been packed inside of the house. Everything is just, you know, like they just up and vanished. So,
The actual day they left, can you tell us about the last conversation you might have had with them?
well, you look at any newspaper about the case, and that was April 7th, 1999. The family just disappeared. I don't really remember the last time I spoke to the guy. I mean, you never really know when's the last time you're ever going to see someone ever again. It's been so long. But, yeah, I guess it's 12 years ago, hey? 12 years. Long time.
I like this character. He's so... I know so many people like him. You guess it was 12 years ago, hey? Yeah.
I was first sort of made aware of the fact that they weren't coming back when the police came around, and then it did occur to me that they let the grass get real long. Yep.
I think we got everything.
Yeah, I think we got everything. Can you just look at the camera and say, there are real ghosts in the Durst hosts?
There are real, for sure, ghosts in their host. Thank you so much.
Thank
you
you
have a
so
nice
much.
day now.
Thank
You
you.
have
Yeah,
a nice
you too.
day. Yeah. Be good.
Click. So, what do you think? Where do we start? The dad was
An architect, I guess.
the TV was talking to him. That part.
Didn't he say he developed this place?
Designed
Designed it?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a really old house. Like, this is one of those old Victorian things,
Well,
right?
that's what I'm saying. So an architect must have bought this place for some sort of reason. And I walk over to the TV. This TV, he said, spoke to him, and I smack it with my sword as hard as possible.
With your sword?
Yeah,
So you try to chop up the TV.
basically.
Okay, cool. You do. The TV provides little resistance. You're not really skilled with a long sword.
Nope.
So it takes you a couple swings, I think, to even hit it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't put up any resistance.
Doesn't
the
fight.
TV is chopped into pieces.
Damn it, Mal! Mal!
What?
That could have been good footage. You
Yeah.
turning on the TV like this.
You
is
weren't
like the
filming
TV
that?
I got that, but like, what if you turned on the TV? Forget it. Okay, you know what? What else did we learn? I mean, it could have been a clue. It could have been a clue as to what was going on here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking more along the lines of, stirring stuff up. I didn't think about turning it on. Do the lights work in this place anyway?
Yeah, you know what? They don't actually. So probably the TV doesn't work.
I nervously walk over and flick the light switch.
Yeah, nothing happens. But as you walk over to the door, to the hallway, you hear the floorboard creak outside.
And I lean out. Do the doors open inward to this room or outward?
Inward.
I bring the door as I'm shutting it, and I look out into the hallway.
It's pretty dark out there.
And I shut it.
You shut the door. So we are in the conservatory. So, Dustin, you see Mal go over to the light switch, and he's like messing with it, and then he just like slowly closes the doors.
And I'm like,
What's going on, dude?
I heard something creaking out there.
Like what? Like a door? It's an old house. It creaks.
And I just put my ear to the door. And I'll do a listen roll or a perception. Real slow and creaky like. With a 15.
You don't hear anything else for a second. And then you hear one footstep.
What? What's going on? Why are you so worried?
There's something moving.
Okay. All right.
Help
I'm
me
filming.
move that.
All right, we're good.
No,
We're good.
don't.
I'm filming.
Fucking camera.
Val, this is perfect.
No, it's not. Give me something to barricade this fucking door.
Ah, my arm's getting tired. I'm gonna brace myself.
I'm like leaning against the door with all my weight, and I'm like, get me anything, that bookshelf. Come on, bring it over here. Is there anything that can be like pushed in front of the door?
There's a
Fine.
piano.
There's a
There's
piano,
a bunch of couches.
Let's do a couch. Piano seems a bit bad.
Okay. So you run over to a couch and you
I
struggle.
don't. I stay against the door.
Oh, so Dustin is filming you propped up on the piano. Mal is propped up with his back against the door, and Amanda sort of looks around and she's like, the couch?
What?
You want me to just...
Does the door
okay, hold on.
lock?
No.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a d20. Yep, so she rolls a 5 on her strength check. She has a 0 modifier, I'm going to say. So Amanda pushes the couch about 4 feet to the right and is exhausted by that effort.
And I see that, and I hold a hand out like, and I try listening again at the door.
You don't hear anything else.
I zoom in on his face.
Something is moving in the hallway, and I'm spooked.
Should we open the door and see what it is?
You have a gun, Mal. You have a gun. Just draw your gun and open the door.
No,
It's just a ghost.
I'm not. What?
It's just a ghost. You're a
Then
ghost.
why would shooting it be the answer?
You're a ghost hunter. You're supposed to make friends with the
Can't
ghost.
shoot a Oh, right. Hey, listen up, ghost. If that's who you is. My name's Mal. And I mean you no harm. If you want to talk, just give a knock.
Nothing happens.
Now what?
Just open the door.
Fine. And I like sidestep and I open the door wide towards Amanda. But I'm like behind the door.
Right. And Dustin has full view out into the hallway. Nothing. There's nothing there.
Are the things still there? The creatures? The taxidermy?
Yep.
Have they moved?
Nope.
And I like peek around the door.
No, just kidding.
Okay, fine.
Nothing. Nothing happens.
And I half shut it. Like I keep it open just a little bit. Alright, fine. Maybe I'm a bit jumpy. Maybe
No,
old
no,
houses
no.
creak.
No, it's not that. It was definitely a ghost on the other side. And let's get that. Let's get like the briefing. Like
Yeah, what happened?
ghost on the other side, and it disappeared. We
Alright,
opened the
okay.
door, to make friends. Yeah.
On the other side of this door, moments ago, a ghost stood, silent and still. I tried to communicate, but he wasn't ready. Let's hope he will be later tonight. Amanda, that's really annoying. Can you not do that?
You're hearing the sound of static.
In my
Unmistakable.
headphones,
No.
or just on general.
Where's that coming from? I look towards the destroyed TV.
Nope, it's not on. You're hearing it from out in the hallway somewhere?
And I go back behind the door and keep it open. And I say,
And I move out from behind the TV, and I start moving towards the door, and I make eye contact with Amanda. What's Amanda's reaction? What's she thinking?
Amanda's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Okay. I need you in the shot. You
Okay.
get the lead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm the assistant producer, production assistant. I'm sorry, of this TV show, and I just heard a staticky sound, and we're gonna go find out what it is. Okay, ready?
Let's do this.
Okay.
and Amanda steps out into the hallway and listens. The sound is coming from upstairs.
Do I go?
Well, tell us where it's coming from.
The sound seems to be coming from upstairs. We haven't been up there yet, so I don't know how many ghosts there are, or will be, or might be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Malor, are you coming with me?
Yeah, let's go. And he walks up from behind the door, holding the sword.
You know,
Yeah.
the gun would be better to have out, man.
Yeah. And he has a gun and a sword.
Amazing. Okay, let's go. Mal, you come right here beside me, and then we're gonna walk up the stairs towards the static noise, and Dustin will get us both in the shot from behind, okay?
Right. Maybe I'll just watch the backs.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
And we begin walking upstairs.
Upstairs?
Upstairs.
The 4th floor?
To the 3rd floor. With the dim lights that we have at our disposal, it becomes clear that the staircase ends here on the 3rd floor. As we are approaching the landing, we observe there is another bit of taxidermy at the top of the stairs. Additionally, there are a number of doors leading from this room, and there is a sliver of light coming from underneath the door that is on the western side of the room. And that seems to be where the noise is coming from.
Well, and I kind of push my way back up front and I say, we followed the Amanda has followed the static sound to the top floor. It seems to be coming from there. And the camera pans to the sliver of light coming from the bottom of the door. I am too scared to go in.
All right, let's do a camera close-up.
What?
I'm gonna move into the bottom of the door with the camera, and I'm gonna stick it down and try to peek underneath.
So,
just bottom of the view.
as you cross the landing, you hear another creak that comes from directly beside you.
I turn the camera. I kind of jump a little bit, but I turn the camera slowly, catching myself.
You are looking up at this taxidermied stag. Its fur is coming off in places, and it turns to greet you. And
Evil
you,
Dead style?
yeah, can't believe your eyes as the stag's eyes fall out and blood starts pouring out of its skull. And then it starts screaming at you like a child. Ah! Ah!
And I fly backwards, and the camera falls off my shoulder, and I just fall towards the stairs. And but
Do we all
Amanda
see this?
Yeah.
I go into like, as much as I'm like frightened everything, when I get really spooked, I go into attack mode and I go, ah! And I take my sword and I fucking try to chop its head off.
Totally. And it's trying to gore Dustin with its horns.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
like,
I chop
so
it hard.
Dustin like falls back and drops the camera, and this like undead creature is like charging at him. Why don't you make an attack roll? So you are
D20.
not super. No, it's not a D20. It's we're
good.
doing wushu.
Right. Okay, so perfect. Here's what happens then. So basically, Justin turns this thing real slow, and its eyeballs bleeding, and Dustin starts freaking out and walking backwards, and this stag head starts screaming as a child's voice. God, I can't speak. And it takes a step down off its sort of weird little mantle, and it crosses my path. And just as its like head comes in front of me, I freak out and scream, like matching its tone almost, like it's like ah, and I'm like ah, and I bring my sword up over my head, and I come down on its neck to try to like clearly chop off its head in one swift go.
Awesome.
So I'll say 1, 2, maybe.
You have a 2, I believe, in melee weapons. Do you
Okay.
not? So you're gonna roll 1d6 for the attack. You're gonna roll another d6 for that cool scream, and I'll say you'll roll a third d6 because of the rest of the narration that you did.
Nice, thanks. Okay, so 3d6. So 6, 1, and 4. So I'm good.
Awesome. So you hit with that 1.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, you want to get.
You want to get lower than your skill points, which you have
Correct.
2
Yeah,
of.
because you spend points.
So you hit once. You gouge at this taxidermy creature, and you take a big chunk out of its side, I guess.
Nice.
But it's not dead yet. Oh no, it's not. It's not dead yet, and it kind of like stumbles back along the side of the room, and like gore smears along the side of the wall as its injured part like presses up against the old wallpaper, and it regains its steps and tries to rush at you with its terrifying bleeding face. And it does. It hits you. It hits you in the side with its what are they called? Antlers.
Ugh. And I get
Yeah.
like thrown against the wall.
And it's like
antlers. And I'm like, I'm like punching it as it's like getting at me. Not to do any damage, just like comically like, God, get that
Dustin.
fucking thing off me.
Dustin, what do you do?
I kind of snap out of it as I see Mal against the wall, possibly gored by this thing, and I push myself up, and I try to remember something from my martial arts classes as I kind of deliriously make.
Oh, he can't
no.
remember his martial arts classes.
Oh no.
He's coming back. Help us.
Deliriously make my way down the stairs, and I'm going to try to grab the deer's antlers and just grapple with it and try to pull it off of Mal.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. So roll to attack.
Hand. So this is a hand-to-hand brawling.
Yeah.
And
So you are going to basically do what to it?
so I'm basically just walking down the stairs. I'm seeing Mal, and my eyes are wide as I kind of shuffle forward and just grab onto its antlers and just try to pull it back with all my might, and not really thinking about the consequences of if it falls on top of me, but pulling it nonetheless.
Cool.
And it's a 1d6.
Roll 2d6 for me.
All right, I got a 1 and a 3.
Nice. So you manage to wrap your hands around both of this thing's antlers, and you just get a whiff of like formaldehyde and like rot. And now the fresh blood coming out of your friend's side, and you just are overcome with like fear and fury, and you just kind of rip them apart. And the thing's skull just explodes, and there's like a horrifying spray of deer brains.
And I pull back the antlers, and I kind of look disbelieving at the thing as it slumps to the ground, and like a bit of like fur and skin kind of sloughs off onto my arm as I pull off the antlers. And I'm
It
breathing.
gives a few kicks with its like undead legs, and then the body lies still.
And I look down at the 2 antlers that are still in my hands. They came off really easily. I go,
I'm going in.
throw them off the banister. Mal, are you okay?
Yeah, buddy. I mean, I'm bleeding, but you know. Did you see what I
And
did?
Amanda's just like, oh my god!
Snap out of it, girl! We need to get out of here. Focus! I slap her. Get out! Snap out of it!
Did you bring a med kit?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
First aid, that's it.
Okay, yeah. 1 second, and she just starts rummaging through the duffel bag, and she pulls out a roll of gauze and
I start walking
wraps it.
downstairs.
We gotta get some alcohol in the wound.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
Okay, yeah. Does everyone have everything? Get the camera.
I stop a few steps down, like just a few, and I'm like, wait a minute. Are those things down there? And I take my little handheld camera from Amanda, who's been holding it, and I take a piece of string and I tie it on and I press record and I lower it down the center of the well of the stairs and film for a few seconds, and I pick it back up and I turn around and I play it for the three of us to see if those 4 animals are still there.
And they are. And it seems to you apart from that initial movement that the one wolf made, that they haven't moved since.
Okay. I think we need to get out of here.
All right, 1 second. Let me grab the camera. That was... we got some good footage there. And I go up to the top of the stairs.
Good footage? I can feel my stomach. It's leaking out of me.
We'll get you to the hospital right away. Okay, all right. And I grab the camera.
We actually have some XP from Langdon. You have been healed from your injury.
No
Thank you very much, Langdon.
Thank you, Langdon. Sweetheart.
So the gauze that is wrapped around your side, you feel revitalized. If not courageous, then at least not bleeding to death.
Perfect. Maybe I just look at it and I thought it was a lot worse than it was.
Yeah, it just
and I'm like,
you.
yeah, I'm like, I'm so dead. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm okay. Ripped a hole in my shirt though.
Maybe wipe it with an alcohol wipe and
Can we please get out of here?
Oh, now you want to leave. That's what I was saying the entire time, Amanda.
Yeah, well, I didn't know we were gonna get attacked.
Just
Wait,
say...
let me just get my candles.
To fuck your candles. Let's get out of here.
we're gonna pass them anyway. But yeah, we've got everything we need. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Count of 3. We run. 1, 2, 3, and I start running.
That's funny.
Thanks, Joe.
So we all comically run after Mal, and Amanda tries to grab a few candles on the way down, but she only, she picks up her 2 favorite spiritual candles, and we make our way to the front door. It is closed.
I grab it and pull.
The door opens to reveal a brick wall. I don't understand. We must have gotten turned around.
Yeah,
it's the other way. I think it's the other way.
And Mal
that's...
reaches out slowly and just touches the brick wall.
Yeah, totally solid. It's there's plaster over it, so it's a white color, but it's just the door is bricked shut.
And the camera pans to the same coat of arms that we saw on the way in.
And I listen for it. Can I hear the engine running on the other side of the door?
Nope, you can't hear anything.
All right. Fuck this.
Let's just check a window. There's gonna be windows to the front of the house.
Yeah,
they're all boarded up. Yeah. You just pry it off.
You can pry it off.
You got a big sword.
You can just pry it off, of course. I mean,
no problem.
There's no problem whatsoever, right?
Drop us back onto the first floor. So, we are, we're at 1B. We're in front of those entry doors. Where do you want to go?
Nowhere.
There's got to be a living room to the right or something like that of the doors or something.
Dustin, do you really think that whatever the fuck went through all the effort of bricking up the entranceway to leave a fucking window open?
maybe they haven't had time to brick it up, too.
No. Think about this for a second. Remember when I left this place and I got really spooked? And you guys said, come back in because everything's going to be all right. And now we're here. That's because I told you so!
Oh, my God.
Yes. And this is exactly the same as when we were in 5th grade. And I told you that my mom did not want us to drink that, and you said she would be fine with it, and she was not.
We begin to hear the sound of the piano.
Oh my god.
Is
Is there enough room to have the front door shut and still be against that brick wall?
No.
Okay. I try anyway. I'm like...
No. It's like an inch.
Just like squeezes around me. I'm like,
of space.
Dustin, help me shut the door. I just want to stay here till morning.
So we are hearing Heart and Soul being played slowly from upstairs.
And I turn the camera towards the staircase.
Okay, so have you guys ever thought about how it would be if you were actually in a real haunted house and what you would do and how you would survive and all those things that maybe would have come across your mind when you were doing this for actual legitimate business?
Because this stuff doesn't exist, we hadn't really thought of it. No. Boy, is my face red.
All right, well, the only thing that I can think of is trying to find another way out. We can't do that by staying here.
Right. Okay, so we have to keep exploring the house. Are you ready?
No. No.
Well, maybe if you're not ready, you should give one of us the weapons.
No! Just, we need to think for a second. Okay, we came into this house. I was allowed to leave. And then it bricked it up. Something wants to keep us here. We know that it was a family of 4 that went missing. Okay, you said, had we ever thought about if this was real? And I said earlier to Dustin, and I know you didn't overhear me, but when I grew up, yeah, maybe the ghost connection wasn't completely unfounded. Dustin, yeah, when I was younger, I had an experience with ghosts. My family owned a farm upstate, and I swear that I used to talk to an old man that lived in that barn, and my parents said he died years ago. So maybe we're not completely lost here. Let me just compose myself for a second. And Mal turns around and faces the coat of arms. Maybe we can help whatever spirit is keeping us here, and they'll let us go. I don't think there's just an exit. Obviously something wants us to stay, but maybe we can give whatever wants us to stay what it wants. Plan?
So that makes sense, actually, Mal. What do you think, Amanda?
Yeah, I mean, you either have to sorry, I'm just, the adrenaline, I'm not thinking properly. You have to right the wrongs that the deceased had in real life, or you have to, what else do they say in the movies? You have to, put them at rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, peace. How do you think we should communicate with them?
Well, look, I think maybe they're trying to communicate with us right now. Something's playing on the piano upstairs. It sounds like a kid's song. Heart and Soul was one of the first things you ever learned. Maybe they're trying to get our attention. What do we know so far? We know it was a family of 4. We know they were planning on going on vacation, but they didn't pack any bags. Didn't the neighbors say it was Gregory who said they were going on vacation?
Yeah.
So maybe the family was killed by him. A murder-suicide type thing. Maybe they never got laid to rest. Maybe their bones are buried in the basement. There is a lot of ghost penetration. I think ultimately what we need to figure out is who's keeping us here. Is it the same person that made this family disappear? Or is it maybe one of the ghosts looking to be put to rest? All right. And Mal, with sort of a new confidence, sort of steps out into the middle of the living room. All right, ghosts, it's your boy. Let's talk. Maybe we should clear this floor first, though.
Yeah, good idea. We start clearing the floor, and I say, hey, it's never worked for me before, but what about this? And I reach into my backpack, and I pull out the Ouija board. What do you think? Think we could commune with the spirits with this?
Yeah, why not? I mean, we could try, right?
What do you think,
If we
Mal?
try, I think maybe we should try in the conservatory.
Do you want to finish looking around down here and then go upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So from the main staircase room on the first floor, there are 5 doors we have not yet entered. There are 4 on the south wall and 4 on the east wall and 1 on the west wall.
Let's do the west wall first, I think.
Okay.
Get that over with.
You down, Justin?
Let's do it.
So we open the western door to reveal kind of family room. What are we looking at? We are looking at a couple of padded chairs that are arranged in front of what could be considered a comfortable looking hearth. There are a number of taxidermied animals in this room as well. There are a couple of cabinets with glass faces, so you can see inside of them. One of them is displaying a number of crossbows and a hunting rifle. One of them is displaying a small box and an assortment of wine glasses. And then there is a sort of a parlor table that's surrounded with a couple of wooden chairs in one of the front windows. There's also a small radio atop the mantel.
Do the windows face out to the street?
The windows that look out to the street have been they have heavy curtains over them. Red velvet drapes.
And I walk across the room and I'm like, I figure, but just in case, and I pull it off over.
Brick wall.
Yeah. It's a brick house. Can I do a quick perception in this room? Maybe on the cabinet?
Yeah, perceive away.
I perceive with a natural 13, which becomes 18.
You perceive nothing unusual. The cabinet, appears to be really well made, considering how well it has stood up over the past 12 years. You pull on one of the handles, and it seems like it's locked. The one with the weapons, that is.
Can I pick it?
Do you have a lockpick?
We have a skeleton key. I try that key.
The key for the front door does not work in the cabinet lock.
Bastard. All right, we should keep looking for a key then.
Yeah, or we could just smash it. Is that you already broke the TV? So.
And I just literally pull the cabinet over so it smashes on the ground.
Yeah, Amanda helps herself to the hunting rifle, and then she checks in the chamber. She's like, "Fuck, it's not loaded."
Hand it here, my friend. And I load it with the bullets I took.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I used to go hunting with my daddy all the time.
Are you better at hunting or melee?
I haven't rolled up a character.
Well, here, and I hand her my sword because I have a
Thank
3 in
you.
ranged.
Thank you very much. I'm great with swords. My
Oh
daddy
wait,
and
I have a
used to go
pistol. Never
swording all the
mind.
time.
I hand you back the rifle. I forgot I had a pistol. Never mind. And I gotta stop being
Great.
British. Never mind, Amanda. You and this. Take this.
Thank you. Thus armed. There are a bunch of crossbows as well.
Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable with my fists.
Okay.
Um,
There are also a number of implements that you would use for stoking a fire if you wanted to arm yourself with an iron poker or,
I'll poke her with my iron.
It could be useful for a lot of things. Yeah, I'll grab the fire poker.
Cool.
And,
There's also very dusty set of wine goblets and a cask of wine sitting on the table between the 2 chairs in front of the fire that you notice as you walk over.
is there food in them? Is there like wine in them already?
Not in the glasses. You pick up the cask of wine?
Sure. Yeah. What's the label?
Yeah, as you brush the dust off, it's a decanter, you realize, and it's full of red wine.
I smell it.
Seems to have gone sour.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'm not gonna be drinking that.
Okay, I feel a lot better with this. She slings the rifle over her shoulder. Shall
Well, I
we
guess, yeah,
keep
that
going?
leaves this room. And I see what Dustin has done. And as I leave for the door, I stop and I'm like, oh, and I walk over to the fireplace with the decanter and the wines, and I pour 2 glasses of wine and put the decanter back. And then I leave the room.
You think the ghosts drink wine, or what's your...
I just want to be hospitable.
That's nice. Heart and Soul has stopped playing from upstairs, by the way, as we have investigated this room. There are 4 doors remaining.
Let's do the one opposite. Yes. What's that?
I said there's doors north through south. You want the one that's directly opposite the sitting room?
Entrance. No, the one that's opposite the entrance enter where.
I see. So, as we cross the staircase entryway, we approach a mahogany door that I will reveal the room of right now.
Ooh.
Here we are. It appears to be a dining room, kind of similarly to the rest of the house, and you're kind of putting it together in your head now. There are really obvious signs of this place having been lived in. So there's actually part of a meal being served, or had been served on this table. The food is obviously spoiled and unrecognizable, and it's under an inch of dust. But there are place settings out.
What on earth is going on? And I walk over and I'm like, making Dustin film me. I'm like, obviously, everything here gives the impression that it was left in a hurry. How does that make sense for the Durst family? We don't know. And cut. What the fuck's going on? And I walk over to the food, and I'm going to do a perception check as well, because that seems odd. What are they eating? You know, what's the... Natural 20.
Nice. So as we examine the plates and place settings on the dining room table, Mal realizes by poking around in the actual meals and the dust on the table that although there are there's place setting for 5, but there's only food on 2 plates.
Oh. It's a family of 4, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Maybe they had a guest over?
No, something seems odd here. All right. When that thing attacked you, It screamed like a little boy, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it sounded like it.
And there are 5 creatures. 2 wolves, a stag, and what were the other 2?
Oh, we found some taxidermy in the front room as well.
Oh, did we? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there is a fox and no, there's 3 foxes in the front room.
Okay, never mind then. So we know 2 of these place settings would be for the kids. We assume that the 2 are for the parents. Who's the last place setting for? An unwanted child. Little Johnny.
Why not a guest? Maybe they had someone over.
But they didn't
so maybe
feed
they're-
them? Or maybe the guest was responsible for their disappearance.
Yeah.
This just keeps getting more confusing.
Maybe.
It's like the house is trying to tell us something, but it can't just come out and see it.
And I pull out that letter again and reread it.
Okay.
We know this is old. We know this has been around for a long time. My most pathetic servants, I am not a Messiah sent to you by the power of the God of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality, however many souls you have bled, however many visitors you have exhausted. Now that you are not the ones who have seen me brought to glory, you must seek humility, as you are but one instance of hope for this world. You can say you are cursed, your fortune spent, you abandon love for madness. I prefer you thusly and faithful, your Lord and Master, Antoine. This was in a secret room.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. Well, we have to think about this. Let's continue looking.
Let's. Where would you like to go?
To the small little closet is what it looks like.
Yeah, so in between, it appears after we enter the dining room that there are actually 2 exits from the dining room out into the main foyer area with a big staircase. So in between the 2 exits, there is a small square chamber, you would presume, and as you open it, it becomes clear to you, indeed, this is a closet. It's full of the normal outerwear a family in the 90s might have. There's a tangle of shoes and boots lying in a moldy heap on the floor. A bunch of coats and scarves and shit all hanging up. Some of them have fallen off of their hangers. Everything is vaguely rotting and mildewy.
I'm going to take a deep dive of this closet.
Okay.
Like,
Spend
to the point
5
where
minutes,
I'm like, yeah. All right. Like, I'm going to take out some of the clothes and lay them out. Like, I want to understand if there were 5 people in this family, who those 5 people would be. So similarly sized clothing and, like, coats and shoes, I'm going to just stack. And, like, you know what I mean? So, like, if the boy had 2 pairs of shoes and 2 coats and so on and so forth. And how many similarly sized and coats and clothes are there, like, in, like, piles?
Great idea, by the way. I'd like to applaud you on that.
Thank you.
Only find clothing that would be suitable for who you would presume the man and lady of the house, and a young boy. From the size of the shoes, they're the best preserved. You would presume maybe 9 years old, 8 or 9. And then a girl's clothes, maybe she's in her early teens, maybe as young as 10 or 12.
So, again, only 4 sets of clothes.
Yes.
Perfect. And then I want to look through the parents' pockets. Actually, I kind of want to look through most pockets, but I don't want to take a year doing it. Mind you, we're not going anywhere, so yeah, I'll look through all the pockets. How long would it take? Maximum
I'll
20
help out.
minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't have 100 coats, so yeah.
Totally. The clothing is all fairly unremarkable, pretty putrid stuff. You don't find anything of importance in the pockets. You find a pocket knife.
Okay. I'll take it. Put it in
You
my
do?
pocket. Yeah.
Now you have a pocket knife. It's yours. You can do
No
with it whatever you
way.
want.
Is there
It's your
anything on
very
it?
own.
Is it a throwaway or is it like engraved?
It's a nice one. It's not
Perfect.
personalized.
Okay. Is there anything else in the closet now that all the clothes and shoes are out?
There's a top hat up on the very tippy top shelf.
Is it so pretty?
It is. It's a pretty top hat.
Odd for a family from 1991
Yeah.
to own a top hat. All right. I rudely shove everything back in.
Great. The whole entryway stinks of mildew now.
Smells better than it did. And I say we check the last door. What you say, Dustin?
Yeah, why not? I mean, might as well find out as much as we can about these people before we go back upstairs.
Well, at least we know the ages of the kid. At least he was 8 or 9, and the daughter must have been 10 or 12 based on the sizes.
Yeah.
It kind of creeps me out, though, like, going through dead people's stuff.
You literally just tried to light candles to seance the dead.
I know, but this is like...
Pick your poison, kid.
This is like a real kid's shoe, Anyway, whatever. I'm probably being... It's just getting late. Okay. So we open the final door from this entry hall, and it leads us into a kitchen. There, again, is a lot of dust and disarray. Wallpaper yellowing, peeling off the walls. There is a number of... It looks like a meal was being prepared. You find regular kitchen implements in the cupboards. Nothing really of interest. Some very dated boxes of cereal.
Captain Crunch?
Yeah, but like old school.
Old school Captain Crunch.
Oh, you found Count Chocula. That's like an Easter egg.
Oh, I love it.
Because it's from Curse of Strahd and he's a vampire.
Hilarious.
Ha!
Okay, so... Dustin,
to
you're filming everything, right?
Oh yeah,
To
but
the
we're
south?
running low on juice.
To the south, there's another door, as well as to the west. There's a tiny door in the wall. It's like the size of... It's like a 2x2 door set into the center of the wall.
Pantry, I guess. Maybe. Or stairs to the basement, and I open it up.
You are looking into the shaft, like a tiny elevator shaft?
Oh, like a dumbwaiter?
Yes.
Like for a person, or for food, or for...
They're like
It's-
this big. They're
It's like a
usually for
2x2 shaft, so you probably could... I mean, you could maybe fit like a child up there, but probably not a full-size adult.
food. That seems odd,
That
doesn't
makes
it?
me think, though. Okay, so that letter mentioned something about servants. I know a lot of these old, like, Victorian houses. Well, I know that there was like a servants' hallway or stuff. Like, servants would travel like behind the walls in order to get food places. I don't know if this is one of those houses that has this, but I wonder if it is.
I took more these servants to mean like these freaking cult leaders, these freaky people who like worship some sort of evil god and deity, and this guy seemed to be their leader. Is there a belt to operate the dumbwaiter?
There is both a bell beside the door, as well as a rope that runs up into the shaft. If you look down, you see it goes no farther.
That's what I wanted to. I just wanted
It
to look
stops
down.
on this floor,
Okay.
but it goes up into the darkness above you.
I want to examine this shaft. I want to take a look around the penis. I want all the penis in my face. I want to look under it and over it and lift it up a little bit and look under it and just give it really good percept.
It's really not... I mean, the dumbwaiter is not on this floor, so you can't examine the actual compartment, but...
Then I bring it down.
Okay. Yeah, you pull it down. It's full of blood! No, it's empty. And it's like not as dusty as everything else in the house because it's been caged up in the wall.
Interesting. Very interesting.
What else you do, fools?
Take a look around the kitchen. Dustin,
Okay.
film around the kitchen. See if you can get some good B-roll. This is a creepy looking place.
Yeah, look in
Yeah.
this fridge. She opens it up. It's just like the stench just assaults you.
Oh, what do they have in here?
Ugh.
I zoom in on like it smells horrible. I zoom in on the food in the fridge that's making it all stink.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
so spooky.
do a roll. And I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident. Like, I guess I've started to forget that natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
That the doors have been boarded up and that we have no escape. But for some reason, something deep inside me is satisfied by learning all of this, seeing all of this creepy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I see looking around the kitchen?
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, apart from the fact that this is the kitchen that was deserted 12 years ago and kind of untouched by time. What were they making? Probably some, like, if you look in the oven, there's like, half of a like carcass in there still, and like vegetable waste just like rotted almost to nothing on the like cutting boards. You look through some drawers and you find some like pretty nice looking knives.
So this might mean something. They were cooking when shit went down. I don't know if
Yeah. Who goes on vacation when they're cooked? Like, something's in the oven,
Yeah.
Who's on
makes
vacation
sense
when
here.
something's in the oven?
That's what I'm
That's like fucked up.
They didn't go on vacation. We're over that now. This
Okay,
idea here.
Sorry. Jeez.
I'm sorry,
Someone needs
man.
a Luna bar.
Oh, do you have one, please?
Yeah. Hold on.
D12.
I got stabbed by a stag. I'm sore.
You want coconut or chocolate mint?
Always chocolate mint. Never
Okay.
coconut.
Here you go. Have a Luna bar. No, you can. No way.
Guys, should we ration
Ah.
our food? We only have so much.
Ooh.
We don't know how long we're gonna be in here.
There's
There's
probably
food.
some
There's
cans
food.
in here.
And cereal.
Amanda
probably.
goes to the final unopened door on this floor and reveals a pantry to the east of the kitchen. Again, just full of foodstuffs. There looks like there's probably some salvageable canned goods in here.
SpaghettiOs?
Yeah, there's some SpaghettiOs. There's some Alphagetti. There's some straight up like canned peas and carrots, which were always my favorite as a child.
Peas and carrots. You don't like peas and carrots?
Canned peas and carrots.
Canned peas and carrots are good.
Referencing the table setup, how is it set up? Are like the two with food on either end, and then like
So the head of the table has food. The place seating, is that what it's called?
place setting? Yeah.
Place setting, thank you. To the right has food, and then there are 3 down the left of the table that are all set but not served.
Interesting. Okay. I'll do one final perception check in the kitchen area, just in case we missed anything of importance, and I got a natural 1, so I see nothing.
Yeah, you start to
stub my
kind of feel
eyeball.
really, really sick from the smell, and you just have to get out of there.
I run out.
So the food was served for 4 people, and in the kitchen, the food that was in like the oven and stuff was untouched.
No, there's like half of a roast in there that's like it's been carved and maybe put back in to keep warm, you would presume. Like the oven's not on.
I wonder what they were doing. I wonder why they were in the middle of cooking dinner. They stopped. They served most of the people, but not all of the people. I don't know. Maybe that's something. Anyways, I think that's it for this floor. Do we dare venture back upstairs?
Yeah, I guess we ought to. I don't think there's anything else down here that's going to help us solve this.
Mal, you seem a lot more confident. Are you?
I told you. I remember the time that I met a ghost in my parents' farm barn. and I feel like I can do this. Besides, we're fucked. I can either panic, and we're stuck in here, or we can solve this bitch. It's time to step up and be what my daddy wished I was.
Oh, what did your daddy wish that you were?
An egg farmer.
Oh, okay. Good.
And I dipped my head into the room where I poured the wine, and I just want to take a look at the wine glasses.
Yep, they are as you left them.
Figured. Upstairs.
Bless you.
Like that sneeze.
Yeah, we go back upstairs. There are 2 doe, 2 wolves taxidermied. There's one door we have not yet gone through, which is at the very top of the staircase on level 2. We have the conservatory to the west and the library to the east.
I open the door that we've have at the top of the stairs.
That's good.
Some dramatic sneezing, eh?
Yeah, very dramatic. Cool. So, we come to a... looks like a playroom?
Cute, with 2 beds in it?
No.
Oh.
Is that like a mobile that when you spin it, it plays like a ding, ding, ding?
Yeah, totally. So, there's like a beanbag chair, and there's a little TV with a Nintendo hooked up to it.
Dibs.
I think I know how this episode ends.
So there's no power.
Oh, fuck.
Bummer. Everything's covered in dust and rot. Like usual.
Is there anything
There's
else?
also, excuse me, a door to the dumbwaiter. On the western wall. You realize that this is directly above a kitchen, so that makes sense.
Yep.
And there is a door in the northern wall.
I open the dumbwaiter and I reach up and I touch the inside
You
of the
say,
wall.
"You're so dumb."
You dumbass waiter.
You touch the inside of the wall.
Yeah. I search
Yeah.
around it.
Nothing's in there.
At all?
Nope.
Then
It seems
no
to
kid was
go
ever
both up and down.
here. And I check down too.
Yeah, nothing. Sorry.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
I think it's there. So I'm going to keep
It's
looking.
not. There's nothing.
Well. Alright. Is there anything of interest in this room? Does anything jump out?
Yeah, a spooky ghost jumps out at you.
No! I'll do a perception with a 15, with a 12.
Yeah, there's nothing. You kick around, you bust open the moldy beanbag chair. Nothing. You don't
With
see
my
anything.
Sword.
Yeah,
Did
you
you say there was
slice it open.
Closet or a other door in here?
Yep, there's another door to the north of this room.
So I'm picturing like the past I guess 40 minutes in the house or so, like we've been just opening doors, almost montage, like we're in this room now and we're in this small playroom and I open the door to the closet.
You find some shelves. They are surprisingly neatly organized. There are a bunch of game cartridges. There's some VHS tapes. There's some old stuffed animals. Yeah.
So this
Kid
is
stuff.
the kids' playroom. And they've got a Nintendo, I guess more for the older kid, but also the younger kid, I guess.
Kids of all ages.
Kids of all
that's true.
ages.
Even adults can play Nintendo.
Yep, it's so true. Unfortunately, I don't think they got a 64 before they died, so it's pretty
All
sad.
right. I head over to the conservatory.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna boot up for this.
This is where we heard the piano play.
Yeah, that's right. That was so spooky. Oh my god.
And we open the conservatory doors.
We open the conservatory doors, and at first glance, nothing seems amiss. Until you realize...
A second glance.
Until you do a second glance, and you realize that the television that you chopped into a million pieces has coalesced into a full television again.
I'm like, dope!
So happy.
So happy!
Yeah, that sounds great. Amanda's like, I watched you chop that up.
I know, but don't you guys get it?
What?
The TV is back together.
What does that mean?
What doesn't it mean? I walk over and I turn it on. Boing.
Nothing happens.
See?
Are there any tools around? How would someone have done this?
I don't know. It brought it back together. The old man said that the TV was the thing that the guy communicated with. Obviously, the thing wants to communicate with us again.
So should we wait for it to turn on or something? I mean, you tried the switch, no power.
I know what we need to do. Let's Ouija this shit up. Put the board on the piano.
All right. And
Should I, get my spirit candles out, or...
No.
Yeah, no, it'll be good for the shot. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that makes
Oh,
sense.
I know the prettiest way to set them up. Hold on just a second. And she, gets all of her candles out, and she's, laying them out.
I turn to Mal, and I'm like, we might as well shoot as much as we can. I mean, it feels kind of like that attack was just a dream, you know? Like, it doesn't feel like it actually happened now.
It's been quite long.
Weird to think. Anyways, yeah, that looks great, Amanda. Okay, we've only got 15% left, but I'll try to get whatever happens here.
Okay.
You know how to use a Ouija board?
Oh my god, I absolutely do. I need someone else to put their fingers on the planchette with me. Mal, that's you.
I've used my fair share of Ouija boards, too. Let's do this.
Ew.
Why two
Puts her fingers down. Or one. I think it's two, right?
What is ew?
You licked your fingers before putting them on the planchette.
Yeah, why is that ew?
Because we have to share it.
Still not seeing a problem.
Oh my god, Mal, you're the worst. Okay, so what do we want to ask it?
Spirits of this house, are you here? Actually, first we need to open the door. I forget how to do that.
What door?
You have to open the door for communication. You have to say something.
Oh, is there an
Spirits of
instruction booklet?
Yes, there
I
is.
Pulling up on Google. I checked my phone. Do I have internet?
Yeah, you have one bar of internet.
Oh, okay.
Luigi board.
Oh, here we go. You
Opening
have to, develop an opening ritual. A prayer, a welcome, or even a trinket scattered around you. All right.
Well, I lit all these candles, so...
That's pretty
Welcome
religious.
in the spirits of the night. We mean you no harm, and only a fright.
Good rhyme.
Thanks, guys. All right. Are there spirits here?
Okay, and we just have to wait to see if the planchette...
just put your fingers on it.
She does. And nothing happens.
And I kind of start forcing it to move
What do you move it to?
towards...
Oh my god,
Yes.
it's moving. Oh my god, it's moving. Oh, it just pointed at a Y. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Okay.
It's pointing at the E. It's pointing at the S.
Well, there's just
Isn't
a yes,
there-
no on this board.
Yeah, isn't there a yes, no on the board?
Yeah, but it
Just pointed
spelled
at
it, which is so weird.
That is really weird. Why would
I take my hands off. Nah, that was just me. I think there's no spirits here.
And the screen turns on the TV. And it's just static.
Oh, shit.
And I grab my sword. Yeah.
You guys ever seen The Ring?
No, when
Yes.
was that movie released?
2000 like 2?
1 or 2.
No, I definitely haven't.
Have you not seen The
Amanda
Ring?
hasn't either. No. What?
Oh boy. We're gonna watch
And we
that.
start to hear.
Oh, 2002! I was totally right. I'm using my 1 bar of internet.
We start to hear through the sound of static on the TV. There's a sound that's coming through. It at first just sounds like the static is kind of getting louder and quieter. And then slowly we start to be able to make out a sound. It's like crying. It's like someone is weeping. And it's just getting clearer and clearer, and there's still static that's happening over top of it. We start to hear in between these breathy sobs. I'm so hungry. And we'll have to pick it up there next week.
Ooh, creepy.
Spooky, spooky.
Oh, took every fiber of my being not to ask if she wanted a Luna bar.
That's awesome.
That's funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to call it there for this week with Frightmares Death House. Reality show.
Did I spook you?
House.
You spook me so... I am so spooked. I need to change my spooks.
There's some hard spook going on here.
I am so hard and spooked. Wait, I am spooked.
I am spooked. Hashtag hard and spooked.
Hashtag. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This was such a blast. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
But it's not over until we reward the end game XP. And there are a lot of great people who contributed tonight with a lot of great suggestions. But I think Justin has the person that we're going to reward it to tonight. Is that right, Justin?
Oh, yes. It's someone I haven't actually seen too much on Discord. A person by the name of Bird of Nix. Bird of Nix.
Nix.
Bird of Nix.
It's a good cult name. The Bird of Nix.
That is a good cult name.
It's a great cult.
I
would definitely join a cult called the Bird of Nix.
Right, I would too. Not that I would join many cults, but that one, yeah. She had some really, they had some really great comments. If you're in the Facebook group, then let us know what your actual name is. But if you're not, join the Facebook group for Bird of Nix. And one line I particularly liked was, is it okay to root against the player characters? Game Master in me says no, but the horror fangirl says yes.
Go get him, Joe.
Thank you. And thanks to everyone who was hanging out.
Yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. We're going to be back with this one next week. I think we should finish it off because I'm very interested in what happens. And then after that, we're going to be kicking off Basilisk Chapter 2. So make sure you hang out for us, with us. Make sure you hang out for us as well.
Hang out for us.
Hang on out for us, as we say in Canada.
Hope you have a fantastic July 4th if you are an American. If you're not American, you can still celebrate July 4th, so have a good one. And that is it from us. As my good friend Joe always likes to say,
it is my bedtime.
it's a bedtime, guys. Good night.
Night.